the microphone on your thumbnail. Oh, why did Mo say anything?
Now recording.
Listen, okay? The fucking microphone on the thumbnail, god damn it. I'm tired of this
Never
fucking
noticed it.
slander. No.
I never noticed it until Mo said something, and now I'm upset with Mo.
Why did Mo point it
Fucking
out?
asshole.
Just let it sit, man. Just let it
Yeah,
sit.
man. I would have never known. Riely Radio Live is ruined for me now. Ruined. I'll
Terrible
never
show.
listen to this crappy show now.
The worst show. Never has there been a worse show. We're back with another Riely Radio Live, folks, and we got Jetbat here today, celebrity guest.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me, Riely.
How are you this fine evening, Jetbat? What you been
Good,
up
man.
to?
I'm good. I was excited for another exciting episode of the MoCast. However,
Yeah, if you're aware of my show schedule, you may know that we're supposed to be recording the MoCast right now, but we seem to be missing one Mo Diggity. If Kang had shown up, I would have done it. I would have just done the MoCast without him because we'd have two co-hosts and it would make sense. But not even Kang I could get to, so I figured, I figured we'll just call it a night unless Mo shows his face.
it's funny. You and I both had the same behavior. We both DM Mo, MoCast tonight? Question mark. MoCast tonight? Question mark. Nothing.
and then we showed up for the MoCast and we're like, oh, I guess he's not coming.
Well, I think probably what Mo is up to. He's probably taking this whole weekend to celebrate Martin Luther King Day. I know how important the African American community is to Mo. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure he's spending that time wisely, probably helping his local African American community.
As someone who used to work as Cenk Uyghur's personal dick sucker at the Young Turks, Mo's very invested in the black community.
Oh, that reminds me. You mentioned on you do all the shows, so I forget which fucking show. But you mentioned we were talking about impressions of of political people, like oh yeah, like apparently Dick did an impression of Steven Crowder. But what I remember from Steven Crowder is that he used to do a very funny Cenk Uygur impression. Do you remember that?
Nah, I don't think I've ever seen Steven Crowder's Cenk Uygur impression.
It's actually really good because okay, so a little Jetbat origin story here. I actually did really like the Young Turks when I was in high school. So
Yeah.
I have this really good English friend, and he's like total Euro cuck lefty, and he introduced me to the Young Turks, and I'm watching that as a young man. I'm like, oh yeah, well this makes sense. So as I grew older and wiser, and I stopped being a leftoid, as you will too one day, Riely.
Yeah, one day I'll grow and mature.
I remember watching Steven Crowder's impression of Cenk, and it was phenomenal. In fact, he even showed up to one of Cenk's like live presentations or whatever, and started doing it to him. It wasn't as funny, but
that sounds hilarious.
Yeah. I don't think the bit landed the way it was supposed to, but it was still fairly funny.
The description of that bit itself just sounds very funny.
Yes, yes.
It's like that's like if Mad Cucks just showed up somewhere Maddox was and started doing it at him.
Oh man. I don't think the problem is I think in person I don't think Maddox would give us like the reaction we would want. I think he would just like leave, like just really sad. I mean, it would be funny, but you would want him to like get mad and start yelling or something.
I would want the screaming match between Maddox and Mad Cucks, and he wouldn't give it to us.
No, he wouldn't, because no pun intended. He truly seems dickless.
He's completely dickless, which is real quick, I don't want to stay on Maddox for too terribly long. I've been talking about him way too much recently.
Yeah,
It's it's
it's
it's
hard not to, bro.
it's giving me there used to be back in like 2019 and 2020. I couldn't go a single podcast without talking about Asperger for some reason. Mumkey's old friend Asperger,
Yeah, yeah.
and he just came up on every episode. I couldn't stop talking about. That's what Maddox has become. I haven't done a podcast in like a month and a half without talking about Maddox in some shape or form. But the one thing I'll say about Maddox is the thing he brought up in his Q&A stream. I did ask him a question on the big guy little guy account because the main account was banned from his chat. So on my second account I asked him because one of the sticking points I had from the video is when he talked about Dick not showing up for the final episode
Yeah.
when it seemed very clear that he was not invited to the final episode. Like Sean said that it would have shocked him if Dick was allowed in the room that day, even if Dick knew that it was happening and showed up. But I asked him like, "Hey, dude, like, would you actually have let Dick in that day? And like, did you reconfirm the scheduling? Because that was the first thing I was like, I feel like if you because he scheduled the show, they scheduled the episode before it was determined to be the final one. Like it was just another episode they were scheduling. And then uh, Dick and Maddox Maddox found out about 80s Girl, whatever. The show blew up, and Maddox sent Dick this big long email where he's like, "Okay, I can't do the podcast anymore." And here's the two courses of action. One, Dick, I want you to step down. I want to try to keep the show going for Sean and for the transcriptors and for the thumbnail artists.
Yeah.
Or two, we can just end it because no amount of money is worth dealing with this shit anymore or whatever. So it's crybaby bullshit. And Dick was like, end it. Had a good run. So that's what happened. But they never reconfirmed like the date and time of the final episode with Dick. They just did it. And I asked, like, would you have let him in that day, and did you reconfirm the scheduling? And first of all, immediately he was like, no, I didn't want to reschedule anything. I didn't want to reconfirm anything with that dipshit. And then he went more in depth about whether he would have let him in, and what he said. The one of the most flagrant bullshit statements I've ever heard come out of Maddox's mouth is he said that he wished Dick did show up that day because he would have called him out on air. Bullshit,
Oh yeah.
Maddox.
Total bullshit.
Bullshit. You would never, never in your life. Dick was the one who wanted to do that. Dick was always like, let's fight about this on air. And Maddox would never do it because he's obsessed with his little precious image. He can't have a personal argument on his show because that goes against his brand, you see. So it's like bullshit, dude. Like, come on.
It's in total contrast to the current biggest problem where some of the best content those two have made are when they're bickering like an old married couple, like on this recent episode about
About
Vito wanting
live
to do more
shows.
live shows.
Yeah.
Top tier, chef's kiss, amazing content.
The TV pitch, of course, legendary
Yes,
moment.
legendary.
And I just heard a really old bonus app. This I didn't know. This I learned today. This is a new part of the lore. I didn't realize that both biggest problems had a moment in the possible TV Sun. I listened to a bonus episode from a long time ago where Dick talked about the shitty YouTube live shows for biggest problem that they did. And he told the backstory about that. And apparently the whole idea of that was to get a sizzle reel so that they could pitch a TV show. And then they did it, and it was horrible, and it took way longer than it needed to come out. And Maddox insisted on doing the editing, even though they had a professional editor. And it was a whole big to do. And then at the end of it, after all the grief, Dick is like, okay, now let's pitch that TV show. And Maddox is like, yeah, I talked to one of my friends recently, and he said there's no money in TV anymore, so I don't think we need to do that.
Bizarre, man.
Which obviously is not true, as there's still money in TV to this day. My buddy told me there's no money in TV, so we're gonna drop that whole idea.
I feel like I was vaguely aware that they were in talks to do a TV show for the old show, but I do remember I it's probably still on YouTube somewhere. I did watch one of the old Biggest Problem live shows they did. It was entertaining. It was all
No,
right.
I
That's
like
still out
them.
there, I think.
I like them for what
Yeah,
they are. But I know that Dick isn't happy with them, and I know that they're not to the quality that they could be if there wasn't
yeah.
an absurd amount of bureaucracy thrown into it.
Oh, thinking about thinking about like what if they were to do a TV show now could be. It sounds like Vito would love to do like sketch comedy, and they do come up with some funny bits. But I remember the bit where I was driving. I feel like I could have crashed my car. I died fucking laughing. Was it was when Ukraine was kicking off, and Vito was saying, what if I, Vito, went to Ukraine dressed up as a clown and did that Peter Griffin bit where he's like, you see, you guys are silly. They'd be looking for army guys. I I almost crashed my car. I was laughing so
Oh
fucking
my
much just
god.
picturing Vito in Ukraine.
Clown costume.
They're gonna be looking for army guys.
Oh, all the
I
money in the
think
world I would pay to see that.
Oh, me too. I think last year I looked at a curiosity if I could still book a flight to Kiev, and I could at the time last year I think, and I looked the other day, and currently you cannot book a flight to Kiev.
Yeah, there's like I heard. I guess it doesn't come up on news feeds so much anymore because Israel Palestine is the new hotness. But I thought I heard recently that there's like some real shit going down in Ukraine. Like the wars in a particularly hot zone. There's talks of nuclear responses and such from what I've heard
Interesting.
whispers of.
I don't know. I feel like they've been talking about that for a while now. I keep somewhat up to date on Ukraine just because I'm a wannabe military LARPer.
Yeah.
Um, and as far as I can tell, it's just still full stalemate mode. Oh, and there was this really clever thing I read too. I forget the name of the phenomenon. We could find it on Wikipedia, where like the phenomenon is like the longer something has gone on for, the more likely it will continue to go on for a long time, and that's like what most wars are. So the fact that the war in Ukraine has gone on this long is probably indicative it's going to go on for a lot longer.
Yeah, we're probably in it for the long haul on that one.
Yeah, it's annoying.
God, we're really just we're in such a war heavy place. I that we touched on this a lot in the last episode. The last episode of Riley Radio Live was kind of depressing, honestly. It was me and Gingy who I like talking to, but is kind of low energy. So like
Yeah.
the conversation was being directed a lot by chat. And by chat I mean just Redox, like every time.
Hell yeah,
So
redox chat.
so we were just talking about like my life and like my finances. And then when I was trying to change topics, like we talked about like wars and shit and all the Ukraine and the Israel Palestine shit. It was just like it was a weird episode. I don't think it was bad, but we definitely we got into some dark territory.
Hey man, you gotta find the humor in the misery of it all.
That's exactly it.
Exactly.
That's why I do everything that I do. It's just the world is fucked and I want to laugh about it.
Of course. It's one of the few things they can't take from us.
Exactly. 100%. As much as they may try.
Not to reference Dick too much. I don't remember what context it was in, but somebody mentioned like, biting your fingernails or picking at your fingernails. And he's just
Yeah.
like, that's one of the few pleasures they can't take away from us. And I'm like, yes, this man gets me. And then he brought in the fingernails pile
Fingernail
problem.
piles. Yeah.
And Dick mentioned that like his girlfriend said, nobody's gonna relate to that. You're insane. He's like, watch this. It's like, yes, this is every man does this shit.
Yeah, that one
Fingernail
that one
piles.
was like, yes.
Yeah,
One of those
I feel
relatable
so seen.
problems.
Oh, I need to make a Riley's Twitter bumper. I don't
Ooh,
think you don't make enough spicy tweets for me to whip it out enough. But you made a tweet the other day, or maybe I
okay.
think you just retweeted it. It was the one where it's like, um, oh, do you like this artist? It's like, no, I just find songs I like on Spotify and add them to my liked songs.
Yeah.
I almost never listen to like albums or like just a single artist. I just like come across songs ambiently in my life. I'm like, oh, I like that song. Click.
and then
That's forever in my
my friend
playlist.
with a privated account replied to that, and said, my friend with a privated account who has now deleted her account. I don't know what happened
Oh
there.
God.
But she responded to me, and she said, she was expressing disappointment that I was apparently interacting with a Nazi. And I got the reply when my phone was in like shitty internet, so I couldn't even load the tweet that she was talking about. So I'm like, what? What? And then the tweet finally loaded, and it's that tweet. And I guess she was referring to the account Shitpost Gateway. I guess is allegedly a Nazi. And I was like, I just saw a funny meme. I didn't know. I don't know this guy's life story. I don't know who Shitpost Gateway is. As a
Oh my
person.
God. Riley, in your bio, you're now unironically gonna have to put that stupid fucking bumper sticker that says retweets does not equal
Retweets do not
endorsement.
equal endorsements.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're gonna have to unironically fucking do that shit. See, man, I'm telling you, bro. You just need to take the red pill, man, and then you don't have to deal with people tweeting at you saying you're associating with so and so. Nobody fucking cares on right
I
wing
don't
Twitter,
even
man.
care. Like I really don't care. Like I have a lot of non-negotiable strong opinions that happen to land on the left side. But I think generally a lot of leftist culture is insufferable, which is why my Twitter bio says the leftist who hates leftists. Because I am a leftist from a political standpoint, but I feel like every other leftist I talk to is insufferable in some way. Like even if they've quelled it close to as much as I have, like enough that we can be friends, like a demi gloom or like a squeebo, there's still just something about them where they're always just like they'll hear like an off color joke and they'll be like, that's too far, bro. And it's like, come on, man. Just have fun.
Yeah,
We're just
man.
having fun here.
It's weird. It's weird the way people get butt frustrated about many such things.
I think you could I really think you could joke about anything. That's always been my stance. Is like that's how you find like peace in like any bad thing is just like poking fun at it. Like, oh yeah, like, oh, people died, oh, people are gay and they're subjugated or whatever. But we're just joking around. We're just having a good time. Has nothing to do with any of that.
Remember the everybody making fun of the Titanic submarine?
Rich people died. It was funny.
Okay, so I was a little bit on the other side of that one. As I'm like, guys, come on, there's like a kid on there.
Yeah, I was
Like
about to
maybe
say
wait
there
a little
was a
bit.
kid on there, and that's fucked up. But like,
Yeah, I felt kind of bad about all that. I wasn't gonna
a
say
kid who
shit, but
got
I
like
felt kind of
guilted by
bad.
his father into going on the
Yeah.
submarine when he didn't want to.
It's on a now deleted thread that I posted on. God, what was it? Yeah, somebody was giving like the shitty comments about it, just being like mean spirited. It might have been funny, I don't remember, but I just remember it as mean spirited. And I made a comment to the effect of like yeah, they said something like, oh yeah, they shouldn't be visiting this site of a historic tragedy, it's disrespectful. And I'm like, but what? So you shouldn't go visit fucking the Holocaust places? You shouldn't go visit the concentration camps? That was a place of mass tragedy. And then they gave me like an incoherent, like, oh yeah, you can't compare those things. Blah, blah, blah. It's just like And I look at their profile and it's just like this seems like a caricature. When I look at their profile, it's like a cartoon character leftist that I didn't think were real people, but I guess I don't know, dude. Maybe this was a real person. Maybe this was a Russian troll. I don't fucking know. But they're just like boilerplate leftist person, and they give me a shitty response back. So I respond back. So like, oh, okay. So the difference between the Titanic and the concentration camps is that the concentration camps are just more convenient to visit than the Titanic. That's the difference between what's acceptable for visiting a site of mass tragedy or not. And they give me another shitty response
That
back, and the thread got
that's
deleted.
also the stupidest complaint to have about the Titanic thing. Like the obvious thing was like, why are you doing this? Like you're just looking at it on a screen. Like you're not like going out and touching it. You're still looking at it on a screen. You're just in a submarine, and it's obvious that the submarine is like constructed stupidly. And it's just like it's dumb. It has nothing to do with, oh, you shouldn't visit the site of a mass tragedy. Like, fuck you, buddy. Come on.
Yeah.
Why does it all have to be woke moralist shit?
Oh, you made a comment on a recent show to the effect of like you have Stockholm syndrome. It's like, no, I kind of do like the gay moralizing in all media now. Like I've come to enjoy it.
Yeah, but that's like I'm talking about like surface level gay moral shit. Like I like watching Power Rangers, and there's like a sweet little friendship lesson at the end. Like, oh, that's
Okay,
fun.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I feel like even if I'm watching at this point, I'm so sensitive to it that even if they're moralizing on something I agree with, it just annoys me. It's like I agree with you, but like fuck off.
Yeah, like it depends on how it's presented. Like when they're teaching morals in like cartoons or like television shows, like it's done in such a way where it's like integrated into the story usually. But then like social media woke moralisting is usually just like a bunch of people screaming at their Twitter fan base, and it's just like it's just annoying. Just shut the fuck up.
So I live in Charleston, South Carolina, which is a semi big town. It's not a big town. It's like a small town that has grown to be a semi city, but it's nowhere near as like any of the
City
big major
Junior,
cities.
City Light.
Yeah, it is city light. And Biden came into town recently to do. He kicked off his reelection campaign here in town. I don't know if it's kickoff, but it's one of the first ones, right? And he rolls into town. He gives a speech at this church here in town where there was a shooting. And here I feel like here in small towns, when I'm away from big cities, it's kind of it helps me keep my sanity. Like if you're on the internet too long, you think everybody's a psychopath. But then you walk around town, you talk to normal people. It's like, okay, like most people are normal. They're not like crazy political psychopaths running around, running everything. But there were protests when he came to town. There was a big pro-Palestine protest. I don't
Oh
actually know how big
shit.
it was, but it was like big for Charleston, as in like I don't know. I think I saw a picture of like maybe 20 students with picket signs, and they actually interrupted him during the speech. You can look it up where he's giving a speech, and then a bunch of people start chanting "Stop the killing" or whatever the hell, like "Stop the killing," and he's of course old Joe's up there looking confused and not sure what to do. So I thought it was funny. It's funny when I see these political non-human people
This isn't in the
exist in my
script.
real world.
How do I respond? This isn't in the script. This isn't on the
Yeah.
teleprompter. What do I do?
I will give some credit to Grandpa President. I think he handled it as best he could as Grandpa President. He just looked as it was happening. He just kind of stood there looking stupefied. But once they got calmed down, I think they got escorted out. Once that happened, he came around and said like, "Look, I'm working with Israel. We're trying to settle shit. We're doing shit." So he did address it, but as any politician would. But again,
Me,
I'm working on it.
I'm
Shut the fuck
talking to
up.
Israel. I'm trying to smooth it over. Me and Israel, we're having some conversations. I think everything will be resolved peacefully. Me and Israel, we're talking about it.
Bro, I swear to God, if any of these motherfuckers shut down a road here in town, I swear to God, traffic here is fucked, man. If they shut down a road, that like I'm gonna become a political psychopath. Either side, if either side shuts down a road, I'm becoming a political psychopath. I'm quitting my job and I'm just gonna like full time campaign for whatever side went against the people that shut down the road.
I feel like for me, a shutdown of how I would feel about a shutdown of a road depends on where I'm going. Like if I'm going to work, they're obviously not going to reprimand me. Like the road being shut down is a valid excuse. So
Yes.
like if I'm going to
Yes, that's
work
critical.
and the road is shut down, like this is fine.
You know, I'm inclined to agree with you on that. If I'm on my way to work, I'm left. It's not a crazy big deal.
On the
If
way
I'm going
back, on the other
home, if I'm
hand,
going home, there will be blood in Minecraft.
you're gonna be like that one old man, that that old man who got out of the
That
car
hero,
with
you mean?
that old hero who got out of the car with like this solemn look on his face as he just like pointed a gun at this assailant and just fucking boom.
Oh, what happened to that guy? I gotta look that up. I'm
I
sure he's
assume he
still in
went to
prison.
prison.
Panama guy that shot protester. Where is he now? Oh, I'm only seeing headlines from 2 months ago. Oh, Panamanian prison ain't good, man. You don't want to go to Panamanian prison.
Oh, I didn't even know it was in
Uh,
Panama.
it was in Panama, but
Oh shit.
He was an American lawyer, an expat living in Panama, as far as I remember.
Maybe they deported his ass.
No, I don't think so, bro. All I'm seeing are news articles back from November when it happened. Oh, I hope that poor old guy isn't getting sodomized in prison right now.
Oh man, yeah. What about that? What about that guy
I
who drove through the parade? That was pretty wild.
Oh, was this a recent one? I might have heard about this.
This was a month or two back, I think. It was just like it was just a video of a very angry old man just like screaming as he drives like through the parade. He doesn't like run people over or anything, but like the road is closed because of a parade, and he just like drives on it anyway. It
And it was a parade, not a
was
protest.
a parade.
Okay, that's kind of fucked.
Well, I mean, a parade is just like it's to say the road's still shut down. It's just a little more planned. The guy wasn't having it.
As long as it's planned. Yeah, if it's planned, yeah. You Here's my hot take. You should not be running over people in a parade. I
Nah,
know. It's
really?
lame
You
of me
really
to
think
say this.
that?
It's,
Come on.
that is my
Fucking
unironic opinion.
Christ.
Demi Gloom?
Demi Gloom.
Is that a Shawnee that I see?
That
It
is a
is
shoddy.
absolutely a Shawnee. In fact, not
What the
only is it a
fuck?
Shawnee Demi Gloom, it is a Shawnee that I won in a contest and got engraved in metal. I have a physical NFT in my home as we speak of this very Shawnee.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
It's amazing.
So who got ran over at a parade? What are we talking about here?
Nobody got ran over at a parade. We're talking. Did you never hear about that news story about the old guy who drove through a parade?
That was a while ago, right?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
We talked about the story in Panama where the guy shot somebody who was blocking a road, and it reminded me of that story because they were close together. And
Some guy tried to drive through a parade, I think, in Wisconsin not too long ago.
what happened?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it was a Christmas parade and a bunch of people died, I think.
No shit.
Waukesha? Is it Waukesha?
Let me check.
The town. Yeah,
It's
authorities in
Waukesha.
Wisconsin have identified a driver of a red SUV said intentionally drove his SUV through barricades.
Yeah,
It was in
that the
2021.
one. Yeah,
Yep.
that was the one.
100% mortality. No parader surviving.
Oh God. I killed the parade. Every participant.
Witnesses say.
Funnily
that the
enough, they
SUV
were
was
all
not
standing in a
red
straight line.
prior.
Very easy to hit.
Witnesses say the SUV was red only after the accident.
Jesus Christ.
Wipeout.
Demigloom, I've been telling Riely about my evil plans. It's foolish of me to tell you my evil plans because you're actually the target of my evil plans. But I feel like you ought to know.
You're like you're like the supervillain in like a comedic like super show where it's just like, why are you telling me your plan all the way? Just the whole thing.
Are you part of the Legion of
Exactly.
Doom among Ben Shapiro and Negative XP?
Exactly. Now that I have you exactly where I want you, Demi Gloom, confined and imprisoned, I am now going to monologue my evil plan to you while you have no recourse or escape.
Okay.
So, since you've been gathering all of this clout in leftist spheres, my plan here is to completely reverse my personality and all of my stances as a right wing boy, and I'm going to become a fervent leftist and glom onto your newly acquired clout and seize it for myself.
I don't know. I feel like Demigloom has less clout than is worth that much of a lifestyle change.
No,
Like,
no, 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 nonsense, nonsense.
You realize like people like try to leech like there are people who don't understand how like clout works.
yo, Heartsy's in
And
the
they
chat, and he's a mod. I don't remember doing that, but what's up, Heartsy?
Hi, Hartsy Pratzer. Big fan.
RT.
Um, People don't understand how internet clout works, and people have tried to leech off of me, and then they realized, oh, nobody actually cares about Devin Gloom. They just want to either they A want to have sex with me, or B just like only care about like when I talk about the Ben Shapiro debate.
I've
Other
I've
than
tried to
that, like
I've tried to capitalize off of Demigloom's clout twice, and one of them resulted in like 150 views. So like, cool. That one worked out okay. The other one I think has 15 right now, so not so good.
are you talking about the Hannibal Lecter one?
Yes.
It's because that thumbnail is horrible.
Well, complain to Jason, not to me.
You need to tell Jason, like, dude, with some of these thumbnails, man.
I don't know why I'm a
Hey, wait, is
moderator,
Ben
but thank
Shapiro
you,
Exposed the
says
most popular
Heartsy.
upload on the issue crew?
I think it might be. I think
Oh
like
no, it's not even close.
I think back in the day I made like every issue crew member a mod, and that was back when you still were an issue crew member, Heartsy. So I think that's what happened. But I trust my chat moderation in your hands, Heartsy. You can keep that wrench.
The one with Shade Nocturne is
Oh yeah, that one did pretty well.
Breaking Bad season 5 movie review. I think the Debbie and the Goons fans might have watched that one. Das Boot, followed by a trans woman tries to turn two cis white men Catholic.
Oh, that was that.
The
Yeah, that was
Immortal
a
Snail
recent one. It
Dilemma.
did pretty good.
Spectacular Spider-Man season 1, Xavier Renegade Angel, and then Ben Shapiro Exposed.
Okay, so it didn't do the best the channel's ever done, but better than most recent posts, I guess. Besides, a trans woman tries to turn two cis white men Catholic, which was a great show.
I'm trying to find, is it on the issue crew channel?
It
The
is.
Demigloom. Okay, yeah, I like it because you have like 10,000 exclamation points and question marks. It's good titling. I think what you need like a red arrow in the thumbnail, and that'll really send it home.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that's what it's missing.
Yeah, man, Jason's thumbnail game for the issue crew is just not always there, man. Like, if we let's look at the past couple of thumbnails. How Riley's entire life was, it's a whole fucking square meme, and then the background is just like the same exact image but blurred
I really
slightly.
like that meme though. Like I think it's worth it. It's worth the shitty
You could have
formatting.
you could have just stretched the meme,
That's good.
or not. You not like stretched it. You know what I mean? Like reformatted it to 16:9, or just put white. You know, split it a little bit. Nog pilled. I can't even see what's in this on mobile. There's Kang and there's Riley with like gray eyes or something. Mo is old. Like these are just like on mobile. These just like random clusters of colors that don't fit together. With issue crew
I like
heads
it.
pasted randomly
I
where they don't
think you're
belong
over. I
and
think
not
you're
blended in at all.
underestimating the size of shit on mobile. Like, are you looking at it on mobile right now? Because I feel like I've
Yes.
looked at them on mobile and they've looked fine.
No, I'm on PC right now.
Well, fuck you. I don't know
Demigloom
why I
out here with
asked you
an
that
iPhone
question.
Mini.
No, I snuck my phone in this hospital.
Are you not supposed to have it?
No, I am. That's fine.
Don't they like limit your phone time or some shit?
Yeah, I get designated phone time.
I
Oh
see.
wow. How do you feel about that?
I think it's good for my mental health. I think it's good for everyone's mental health to not be on your phone all the time.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I could actually see that being not terrible. Like, oh yeah, this is kind of refreshing, just existing in the world without an influx of information assaulting my eyeballs.
Yeah, and we talk to each other when we aren't on our phones, and it's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
wild. That's insane. Talking to other human beings in the same room can't be me.
It's like VC in real life.
Oh my god, I feel like I've stumbled across this joke in multiple formats before, but
I've made the
where
joke
it's like,
before. I don't know how much of a Riley fan you are. First of all, okay, who the hell is this guy, Riley? Who is Jetbat?
It's Jetbat, my good friend Jetbat.
Is this person go by? Did this person go by a different name before?
No, this is the new
I've
person.
always Jetpet.
Are you? Wait, is this a new person?
This is a new person. This is the new to the Riely cinematic universe.
Oh,
How did you discover Riley? Is this like a new Dickheads podcast fan or something?
No,
Pretty much, basically.
who could be a Dickheads podcast fan?
I mean, true.
I'm friends with Mo.
Real quick, Heartsy says, "How's it going, Riley Rylington?" Pretty good, Heartsy. I like that, Riley Rylington. It's a good name. How are you, Heartsy? I hear you got a GF
the
now.
Rylington is misspelled.
I hear you've defeated the incel allegations.
Heartsy, I'm so sorry that you've made this terrible decision to willingly commit yourself to a woman.
I heard your
You
president
have
was black and your Lambo was blue, Heartsy. Congratulations.
Very, very sorry for your loss, Heartsy.
Anyway, the Riley Cinematic Universe Jetbat origin story.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Good
to be here.
A mutual friend of Mo's.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Has he came on the MoCast yet?
He has. It was a good episode.
Okay.
Thank you, Riley. Thank you. I had a lot of fun.
He was gonna do it again tonight. Then Mo didn't show up for his own show.
Oh, that's right. It is Sunday night.
Yep, me and Jetbat were in chat waiting for Mo, and he never showed.
The Packers won tonight. Did you hear?
What happened tonight?
The Packers won.
Oh, okay. He's out
the Green Bay
celebrating
Packers.
the Packers.
They won.
Oh, Packers.
Yeah, everyone's celebrating the Packers here.
Amazing.
They kicked the Cowboys' ass.
I'm not a football. Isn't the Super Bowl coming up? This is a big deal, isn't it?
The Super Bowl was tonight.
Wait, really? No, it wasn't. Fuck you.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Fuck you. I'm not football. But
Didn't you see
Weezer
Weezer performed at the halftime show?
Fuck off, Demi Gloom.
Didn't you see Dick Masterson was in the most recent Super Bowl commercial for Papa John's?
Was that a Super Bowl
can't be on
commercial? I don't think it
commercials
was.
You know, you say that, but that's almost believable because fucking Dick was on a Netflix show that aired this year?
Yeah, he was selling Ripper merch, which sounded weirdly similar to Rippaverse when I heard it, and I was like, "This is weirdly prophetic."
Bro.
Wait a minute, no way.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let me pull it up.
Wait, was Dick writing the show at all?
No,
He was a
in
cameo.
like a very small role.
Yeah. What's it called? It is Netflix Murder Podcast Show. It's
just
so funny because it's a show about
like random roles all the time until eventually he gets in something.
Where is it?
Heartsy says,
I think he said he did that with commercials.
I went from a 0 to being somewhat better than 0. Things are coming up, Heartsy. Good to hear. Good job.
Here it is. Based on a true story. That's the name of the show. It has Kaylee Kuko, the Big Bang Theory lady, in it.
I like when they said, "What is this? Some kind of Super Bowl?" Yeah, that's my favorite part too, Heartsy.
The Super Bowl! Yeah!
But it is funny when you said that because I'm such not a sports that when you said that, I almost believed, like for a millisecond, I believed you.
Yeah, I believed it for a full real
movie?
second. So,
What the fuck is Doc Mock's movie Mausoleum? And why
What?
is Dax Herrera in it?
What? What is it called?
Look up Dax Herrera IMDb.
Okay. Oh, Doc Mock's movie mausoleum in the music department.
Oh, so he did music for it. Is this the same?
I don't know. What?
I don't think this is the same Dick.
No, it
Dax
is.
Herrera.
It has his
Just
based on a true
keep
story
name
credit in
dropping him.
here. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, okay.
There's an IMDb page that is set to a TV show page, and it's for Biggest Problem in the Universe, the original one. And I don't know who did that or why. Like it's not. There are podcast listings on IMDb. Like who are these podcasts is on IMDb as a podcast, and then there's Biggest Problem in the Universe on IMDb, but it is listed as a TV show, and Dick and Maddox are listed as actors playing themselves.
That's stupid.
Is IMDb just like Wikipedia now? It's like anybody can put anything.
Yeah, you literally can.
Fuck it. I'm putting the MoCast. Fucking stop me, bro.
I had a
Did you guys
brief
see
moment.
Didn't Destiny debate Rakaita Law recently? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
He did. Destiny did
He
debate
did.
Ricada recently.
Yeah.
It was about like election fraud, right?
Yes, it was.
Destiny probably fucking destroyed Rakaita Law.
I mean, I didn't hear the debate. Dick seems to think Nick won, but like, what else would Dick think?
Yeah. Destiny's comment section agrees with you, Demigloom. This I know.
Well, I'm not a Destiny fan. I hate fucking Destiny.
Yeah,
You
you have like a
Destiny?
hate boner
What?
for Destiny.
What? How can you hate Destiny? That guy's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a great entertainer. Don't get me wrong. He's just politically is like not great.
I'm Cake Jerry. I'm Cake Jerry. Hell yeah, Heartsy. Hell yeah.
I'm Cake Jerry.
You cannot
You
carry
cannot carry
the cake of Jerry.
I am eating cake. Oh, I got to eat chicken and waffles today,
Ooh, how was it?
Oh.
but it was
Mental
hospital
hospital
cafeteria
chicken and waffles. Yeah.
I just made a chicken sandwich and also had waffles as like a dessert. But the waffles were fucking delicious. I had like whipped cream and
good.
strawberries on them.
I was worried they'd find a way to ruin that too.
How can you ruin
It
waffles?
is what it is.
Yeah.
So hard to ruin waffles. So, do you have any epic Demigloom updates, Demi?
What do you mean?
Any
Like regarding my
any goings on, any
hospitalization?
stories to tell? Yeah.
Well, I don't think I've said this publicly, but I did pay for a laptop repair with the GoFundMe money, I paid for a diagnosis, and they told me, they're like, yeah, your motherboard is fried or something was fried,
Oh
and they're like, it would
shit.
cost more money to repair it than to just buy a new laptop. Fuck you.
So
I got to get a new computer, basically.
Oh, and wasn't there like an
and
episode? Wasn't there like an episode on there you were hoping to recover?
Yeah, I mean, I can get the hard drive, but
That's the. Oh yeah, that's fair. A middle school GSA that will someday come out when it's like a year old.
yeah, I don't even care, man. Like the latest MSGSA was recorded a while ago.
I really liked that one. I was kind of, and there was only like 2 like echo moments or like 2 or 3, and I was like, Demi really scrapped this for 6 months. Come on.
It wasn't 6 months.
Or
it was
however
like
long
2
it
weeks.
was.
Drastic difference. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that episode. Squeebo killed it on that episode, really.
Yeah, I was happy
by
to
not
finally
talking at
hear
all.
them on the show. And not hear them much, which is the best way to hear Squeebo.
No, they talked a shit ton on the Manosphere episode that got scrapped, or not scrapped, but like is currently on, I guess, hold.
Oh, that's
They,
that's the one that we need to rescue from the hard drive.
yeah, that one is banger, and Squeebo literally like just shows up at my apartment in the middle of the episode, and they absolutely just kill it every time they say anything. And we're gonna play the Sigma Male grind set theme song
Fuck
every
yeah.
Is
time they
that the one
speak.
that goes da 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 da? That one?
No, this
Fuck the
one's like
Sigma Male theme song.
dun.
I'll probably recognize it. I was thinking the Giga
Yeah, you
Chad
probably.
theme. That's what I was thinking of. I am yet to listen to Middle School GSA, but it is such a good podcast title. It's brilliant. I love the title of that podcast.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Except for
Yeah,
when
go
adult sex workers DM you and say you're a middle schooler, why are you on my page?
Yeah. So there are two sides to that coin. So having my podcast named Middle School GSA has caused two problems. So I follow a bunch of people back on Twitter, or I follow pretty random people, like most people, right? I
Yeah.
don't know everyone I follow personally. And some people seem to think that like every time I follow someone, I'm making a profound like endorsement, or like I'm explicitly like checked out the entire person's page and made like a conscious effort to follow them. But anyways, long story short, you get the occasional like sex worker or like 18 plus Twitter account that is like, "You're a middle schooler. Why are you following me? What the hell? I post porn. You can't look at that. I post really inappropriate stuff on my account and you can't see it because you're a middle schooler." And like,
Even though in the same
I'm
bio
like,
you also say you're 19.
yeah. Well, I think I added 19 because that kept happening. And I'm like, that's just the name of my podcast. And they're like, why is that the name of your podcast if you're 19? Hmm? And then I'm like, okay, whatever. And I just block those people or they block me. And then you get the guys who are like, hey, sexy middle schooler.
Oh yeah, that happened. I forgot about that.
No fucking way.
It only happened once, but some guy was like, he was like, oh, I want to show you my ass. And I was like, no, thank you. And he was like, oh, okay, you're a really cute middle schooler, by the way. I was like, what the fuck?
Fucking god.
What a
I
fucking
reported him, and I
world.
think I got his account taken down.
There's so much. See, maybe it's because what's it? I have that disorder, the disorder where you want to defy authority. Where like there's so much internet pedophile hysteria that I just go completely the opposite direction. Where I'm like, all these fucking idiots are whining about internet pedophiles. I don't think there's any fucking internet pedophiles. These people are stupid. They don't even exist. They're fucking
Not
charging
they're
windmills.
fake.
But they tell me that shit, and I'm like, oh god, no! There's unironic internet pedophiles.
There are internet pedophiles. No.
Dude, they're have you not heard of Omegle?
Oh yeah, well yeah, of course. Rest in
Like,
peace.
it's literally
Rest in peace.
like just hundreds of old guys like trying to face chat with little children.
I feel like we like
Full
never
premise of the
encountered
website.
that when you would do Omegle in Discord.
Huh?
We never encountered like any pedophiles on Omegle, which was always
I did all the
surprising to
time.
me. Not that I saw, not that I was there for.
Oh, well, it would happen all the time, and I would troll them back in the day. Oftentimes, like, I wouldn't shave my chest for like a week, and then guys would be like, ooh, can I see your bobs or whatever? And then I was like, sure. And I would
Bobs and
only
vagine.
text. I would only text. There would be like old ass dudes, and I would like only text them, and then I would like lift my shirt up, and it would be like my disgusting like hairy fat man chest, and they would be like, oh, I like freak out.
Oh yeah.
Or like after texting for like an hour or whatever, not an hour, but for like a couple minutes.
Yeah,
I
a
would
while.
I would just say like, yeah, bro, or something. Riley's witnessed that, right?
Yes,
even,
I have
with,
witnessed you do
not
that.
even with like pedophiles, but just like with guys. I would just like, people would think I was a girl, and I would just like wave or like look at them, just kind of sit there for a little bit, and I would just be like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And they would freak out. Like I've seen people literally like scream and fall out of their chairs over that. It's so funny.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, bro.
That's quality
And
content.
of course, I make my voice way deeper than it even actually is. That's something I notice I do is
Yeah.
whenever I do an impression of myself, I make my voice deeper than it actually is.
I mean, that doesn't shock me, given your current location.
Okay. My
Demi,
current location. You're gonna like Google Earth zoom into where I am.
have you made any friends there? Have you run into any interesting characters during your internment?
Not really at residential. I mean, I have friends here. There's no like I wish I could tell you that there were like crazy like psychopaths here, but not really. Um, it's mostly just people people who are capable of kind of living on their own. Excuse me, they just need some help. When I was an inpatient though, when I was an adult inpatient, there was some like schizophrenic people who were like not very didn't had a lot of trouble with basic like social functioning. It was a little scary.
Yeah, when you
But
see
then you get to
that,
know them, and then they're like, oh, they're just people who are
They're just
communicate a little bit differently.
misunderstood.
that's good.
No, don't get me wrong. There are like crazy people that get sent to places,
Oh yeah.
but not like it's a very small fraction of like mental patients are actually like insane. I mean, unless people think I'm insane, which
Well,
a lot of people think. I mean, a lot of people think I'm like I'm a crazy psychopath. So maybe that's the case, and these people are just normal to me.
of course I'm only friends with crazy psychopaths.
No, but I'm not like delusional. I'm not like my perception of reality isn't hindered.
That's fair.
Like when you run into people like that, it's a reminder that oh no, it's like schizophrenia is actually like a devastating disease that is very difficult to come to terms with. Whereas like you go on the internet, it's like, haha, I'm the crazy schizo girlfriend. Isn't that so kooky, guys?
Ha ha ha!
I mean, it
Look
is
at
so
me.
kooky.
Ha ha.
Yeah. It's like the same. It's the same thing that's happened to the phrase autism on the internet. Like, oh, everybody's fucking autistic on the internet, but no, no, no. When you meet real autistic people, it's like, oh no, you're not internet autistic. You're actually autistic. You're not saying you're autistic for the clout, with all the clout that comes with being autistic. You're not saying you're autistic to excuse all of your general social faux pas.
Oh man, Demiglim Heartsy wants to know: is there a really mean caretaker named Nurse Ratchet? That's Heartsy's question for you.
We'll have to know next time Demigloom joins us. Demigloom has
Demiglim
departed.
leave. Shit.
I think the orderlies got to her.
I think her phone time's up.
Yeah, the orderlies came with the batons.
Get off the internet.
What'd you say about my chicken and waffles? Fucking lunch lady rolls in with a fucking rolling pin. Good old Demigloom. It's good to have a chuckle at poor Demigloom's expense.
Nah, we love Demigloom.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
wish her swift recovery.
Of course.
She was so casual about it to me the night that like the shit happened. I'm not gonna get into detail, obviously, but like obviously there was an event that resulted in her being institutionalized. And she texted me about it after it happened, and it was like the most nonchalant text I've ever received about like a life altering event that had just occurred. Just like, yeah,
Oh, wow.
I did this today.
Jeez. Well, I when I saw the headline on the podcast you posted, I was semi concerned, and when I tuned, it's like, oh, she seems in good spirits and on the way to recovery. So I was greatly heartened by that.
Yeah, that was. I was glad that she was high energy when she called in.
Yeah, that was
It's
good.
Nurse Ratchet. She got to her. You might be right, Heartsy.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh man, what an evening. You want to look at that topic list for a second? Maybe pull a
Oh,
couple
okay.
things from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's pull something. We'll you see what we'll do is we'll pull all the shitty topics and do it on Riley Radio Live, and then we'll take
And then we'll do
only
the
the
good
good
ones on the
topics
MoCast.
on
Yes, yes,
MoCast. Exactly.
yes.
See, yes, we're on the same wavelength. Perfect. Um, yeah, I these ones might not be crazy exciting, so I think it's just good just for casual conversation. So I got a VR. I got the MetaQuest 3.
Ooh, hell yeah. That's been how's excuse me. How's that been?
It's actually not my first VR. I got a VR back in 2017, I think. It was a Windows mixed reality headset. Um, and it was pretty good. Like it was at the time, it had one of the better video qualities of VRs. Like I think it was like 1440p, whereas most of the others were less than that. And I not to get too autistic about it, like that's not the actual resolution. It's like the per eye resolution. Anyways, but it was good, and it was inside out tracking, and it was a lot of fun. I had tried VR previously before owning one. In fact, I even tried an Oculus Dev Kit 1
Ooh.
at Minecon 2013.
Fucking Minecon.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I might have to save Minecon talk for the MoCast, but because it happened, they did it in Orlando back in 2013. It's like, oh fuck, it's in our state. Me and my friends were big on Minecraft back in 2013. We were all in high school, so I was able to go to Minecon, and they had an Oculus there, and I tried it for the first time, and I'm like, I'm playing Minecraft in it, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. This ain't bad. Um, but I wasn't blown away. So what I did was I dug straight down, and then I looked up, and the sensation of depth looking from within the hole out to the top of the hole, I'm like, oh fuck, I get it now.
Holy
VR is cool as
shit.
hell. That was cool when I did that for the first time, because everything else I was kind of underwhelmed. Like the screen door effect was bad. I could tell it's like, oh yeah, this is early technology. It does not look clear and crisp at all.
Yeah,
But once
I've
I
played with
felt the
VR a little
sensation of
bit,
depth,
but it was
yeah,
definitely a subpar experience. I think I just need a better headset because the one I tried was the first model of the PlayStation VR. And
yeah.
my
Apparently
issue with
that was all
that
right.
it was fine. I think I just need like a better designed headset because my problem was that it made the area around my eyes sweat, and then the sweat got in my eyes, and it just became like a burning
Yeah.
nightmare. Just trying to play some Beat Saber, and my eyes are fucking burning. It's like, oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. That's like the design of that old one I have, where it's not very comfortable. The inside out tracking is barely good enough to play Beat Saber. So while I did enjoy it when I first got it, it was the classic case of VR. Like you get it, you play with it a bunch for the first week, and then you only ever pick it up sporadically after, because it's always kind of an ass pain to pick it up and set it up right. Um, and VR is
Sure.
not for the faint of heart on PC. Like you have to tinker with shit to get it to work. You have to be a real PC gamer about any VR shit.
Oh boy.
Yeah, which is the last thing you want is more inconvenience when you're already using a semi inconvenient product to do something for fun. So I've had
Yeah.
that one for years. I've only used it sporadically. And the other day, I was at Best Buy picking up, I don't know, just like a random cable or something. And they had a Quest 3 there to try on. I'm like, why not? Let me give it a shot. So I tried on the Quest 3. And what they do with the demo units, the first thing they do is show you the 3D pass through, which is just looking through the cameras so that way you can see the outside world.
Hmm.
Oh, the pass through is nice, man. It's not full quality. It's not looking like with your own eyes. It's almost like looking through the cameras of a smartphone from 2011.
Sure.
Which, but hey, it the once again the sensation of depth, the recreation of almost like recreating the physical world, but in 3D to your eyes on a display. That looked good. So I'm like, oh, I kind of do want a VR. So I did cave and buy myself a Quest 3 for Christmas. And man, it's really fucking good. It's
Nice.
really good, man. I am having a blast with my Quest 3.
What kind of games are you playing?
Beat Saber is a staple,
Of
and
course.
anytime I don't feel like doing my cardio, I'm always feeling like playing some Beat Saber, bro.
There you go.
And it's really nice too because not only is it the standalone headset, um, it works. It's hard to call anything in VR flawless, but it works as close to flawless as possible for doing the PC VR. You don't have to fiddle too much. You have to fiddle a non-zero amount, but you don't have to fiddle a fuck ton to get a quality PC VR experience. Half-Life Alyx is amazing. Um, the VR porn is crystal clear.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I don't
Oh.
I don't remember who said it, but I think they're bang on the money when they said that VR porn is roughly 7 times better than non-VR porn.
Okay. I've never gotten to experience VR porn. I gotta I gotta give it a shot.
It is very, very good. Highly recommended.
Okay. Heartsy says I love VR. I play Boneworks and Half-Life Alyx. Great on PC. Great games. I
Yes.
never heard of Boneworks before.
Yeah, Boneworks is a cool one. So, like, the thesis of Boneworks is they didn't want to do any like hacky VR. They wanted almost everything fully simulated. So your whole character's body is a physical object. All the objects in the environment are physically simulated. So you can like climb stuff and interact with objects in a way that feels very real. Um, but I would also call it a game for people that are seasoned in VR. Like the first time I ever played VR, I think I was playing Super Hot. I think I was playing
I've
Super
seen that
Hot.
one.
Yeah, Super Hot VR is amazing. I think I was playing that in Arizona Sunshine, the zombie shooting game.
Super Hot was the one that my
And
friend was playing when I walked in. The day I tried VR, I just went to
yeah,
my friend's house just randomly, and he was in his garage playing fucking Super Hot VR, and I was like, "What's going on in here? You got a fucking VR headset, fucking Richie Big Bucks? What's going on?"
hell yeah. Yeah, so the first session I ever did, I played a bunch of Arizona Sunshine, and in Arizona Sunshine, I'm like, hey, I got a tough stomach. I'm a pro gamer. I'm just going to do smooth movement. So instead of like the teleportation movement, you actually just move around normally with the stick like you would in a normal video game. Um,
Okay.
and precisely at the 2 hour mark, I got viciously sick,
Oof.
horrifically sick. I was down for the rest of the night. But after soldiering on in following days, the VR sickness went away. So all that to say is I would recommend Boneworks to somebody who has their VR legs already, because with all that physical simulation, sometimes like objects will move in such a way that it moves your player character, and unexpected accelerations on your view in VR is absolutely a ticket to Hurl City if you're not prepared for it. But Boneworks is great. I love the shooting in Boneworks. I love shooting stuff. And of course, Half-Life Alyx is amazing. I had my girlfriend play Half-Life Alyx, and I had to preface to her, it's like, honey, after you play Half-Life Alyx, all other VR games suck. Nothing has come close to Half-Life
That's the
Alyx.
peak.
Yes, it what? Dude, it came out, what, 3 years ago? 4 years ago? And nothing. Like, nothing's even close. It's really sad.
Okay. I've never heard
2020.
I've never heard like any opinions about Half-Life Alyx. I've just heard that it's a game that exists.
It is the best VR game, like full stop. Best VR game, no competition. It's
Okay.
in a league of its own because it's a triple A full length VR game. Um, Probably the only other stuff that's come close is stuff from the big boys. Like apparently the PlayStation VR titles are quite good, but I just don't think they're full feature length, fully thought out games like Half-Life Alyx was.
I guess that's really cool. Are there even that many other VR games that are that full on?
No, not
I'm
not to that level of fidelity, quality, and length. And like quantity of content.
Half-Life doing it all, and then in a
Yeah.
new format.
And of course, that's not even to say anything about the fact like it's a new fucking Half-Life game in 2020.
That's fair.
It's
People were
crazy.
waiting for it for a long time.
Yeah, man. I don't even think I've ever finished Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and I kind of don't want to because like
Because
it's
then
just
it's
gonna end on a
over.
cliffhanger. Yeah, and then I'm gonna be upset. So like I don't even want to do that. Why would I do that to myself?
Yeah, that's fair. But
But I
one.
do like yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just to put a bow on it, I do like my VR. I love my Quest 3. Apparently, the Quest 2 is a good experience, and there's a flood of them on eBay used for cheap prices. If you or anyone you know are interested, so apparently Quest 2 is a good experience. I'd probably recommend it.
Yeah, the only computer I'm working with is a really shitty laptop, so I don't think I'm doing any meta questing anytime soon. But you know, maybe
Oh,
someday.
the ones I have played some of the games on the headset itself without connecting to a computer, and they're fine. They're totally playable. Like they, you can tell they don't look amazing. It's on a mobile processor, but you still get the sensations of VR, and it would certainly be a great Beat Saber machine because Beat Saber isn't crazy graphically intensive.
Okay.
There we go. There's your ticket to Riley loses. You get yourself a Quest 2, and you'll be Beat Saber and all those pounds away, my guy.
I actually have a really embarrassing story that this just reminded me of. I'm sure I
Yeah.
talked about this on a podcast when it happened. It was a couple years ago. But one day I got a plot in my head to take control of my life, to start exercising often. And I thought, what was a time in my life where I was often exercising? And one time came to mind, and that was when I was in possession of the video game Wii Fit Plus.
Yeah, buddy.
I used to play the shit out of that when I had it when I was like 12 or whatever. And I was like, I'm gonna get Wii Fit Plus, and I'm gonna play it now. But what I found out when I got Wii Fit Plus was, despite what Google had told me when I looked it up, Google lied to me. I was too heavy for the balance board.
No!
I was
No,
over the
dude!
Wii balance board weight limit.
That is devastating.
Yeah. And the game, like, so it was like a family meme between me and my mother, because she played it too, and she also observed this behavior. Wii Fit does make fun of you for being fat.
Yeah. Yes,
It,
I remember this. I know exactly where you're going with this, bro.
Wii Fit just makes fun of you for being fat. Like, you weigh yourself and it's like, oh, you gotta stop hitting up those donuts, man. When you weigh yourself for the first time and you're over the weight limit, it's just like shocked. It's just like, wow, man.
Yeah, I remember. And like, even if you're not over the weight limit and you're just like overweight according to Wii Fit, like it draws your little me character like fucking plump. I'm sure it wasn't, but I feel like I can remember hearing fucking tuba music like dom ba dom ba dom ba dom. The Japanese are fucking brutal, dude. The Japanese hate fat people.
I wish I could remember exactly what it said, but it definitely had like a genuine reaction to me being over the weight limit. And then the game just like
Oh,
stops.
oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry this happened to you.
So I still own the disc somewhere, because I got the disc for like $5 on eBay. There was no point in sending it back. But I sent the balance board back, and then before I could use it to buy anything that I wanted, my mother secretly used the refund to buy me shoes. Cause I guess I needed new shoes.
Nice.
And
There we go, Riley.
we share an Amazon account, so she saw the refund come in, and she snuck some shoes on me.
Well, there's your incentive, Riley. You lose the weight, you can play yourself some Wii Fit,
Yeah,
buddy. How's
I
that
got to get
sound?
under the Wii Balance Board weight limit, which I think is like, oh, triple digits pounds below where I am now.
totally achievable. You got this, dude.
Definitely. I couldn't believe it. I googled it beforehand. I and then I googled it again and I found a different answer. I swear I looked it up and it was like the weight limit's
Oh,
like 500 pounds or like something really high that I knew I wasn't over.
yeah, that's crazy.
And
That's
I looked it up
crazy that
again
people are
and it was
about
like it's like
500
200.
pounds. This thing's made of plastic, bro. That cannot be.
Yeah.
My mom still has the Wii Balance board back at the house. I don't know if she still plays it now, but she did play it for many years after I moved out.
Just
It was probably Wii Fit that I started doing yoga for the first time.
I I definitely did yoga with Wii Fit, but I had done it I the way I started doing yoga when I was like 7 was I discovered on demand on my grandmother's like Bright House fucking uh uh Spectrum whatever fucking TV box.
Yeah.
And there were just like instructional yoga videos that were free on demand. And I just was like, "Oh, what's this now?" And I just started doing yoga.
Oh, that's funny. You're like browsing it. It's like, what can I watch here? It's like, oh no, Home Alone 2. I have to pay for that. Oh well, yeah. Well, yoga's free. Well,
Yeah,
got
the
nothing
yoga's
better to
free.
do.
Let's do some yoga.
That's very funny. I think it was before the stream started. We were talking about just like if you type in boobs to YouTube, seeing what will come up. Uh, our conversation. Oh yeah, you talked about googling for women in the shower.
Yeah, when I was like
Um,
12 and I first had the carnal desire to see a woman naked, I tried to find videos of women showering on YouTube.
just the lack of imagination is just so precious. That reminds me, yeah, like in hushed voices, like me and my cousins were like sitting around the computer. It's like we have Google. We can look up whatever we want. Oh, and you just type boobs into the Google search bar. You go to Google Images, and then there's just dozens of boobs, and we're all just giggling like, "Oh my god, look at all these boobs!"
As far as the eye can see.
Yeah, I think when I was a kid, my first exposure to like proper internet porn, if so, when I loved Star Wars as a kid. And do you remember the Star Wars kid meme? This was like early internet meme.
I'm familiar with Star Wars Kid, yes.
Okay, yes. So I was looking up, like, I was obsessed with Star Wars Kid and all the edits people were making. I'm like, this is incredible. I must see more Star Wars Kid edits. So I just kept looking up more and more Star Wars Kid edits. And on one of these sketchy websites I was on, Star Wars Kids edits, there were ads in the sidebar. And it was like, oh, it- water sports, like wet
Oh
time, fun time.
no!
And I'm like,
No!
oh, I like water parks. I'm a kid. Like, I want
No!
to see a water park. So I clicked on this fucking waterworks thing, and my young child mind could not comprehend what I was seeing. It's like, I don't know what this is and what's happening, but I don't like it. I feel uncomfortable. I hastily left that website.
Do I only know the term? I'm pretty sure I've never seen like a pissing video. As long as I've ever lived, I've never seen it. I think the only reason
I
I
don't.
even know the term water sports is because of Trixie the Golden Witch.
The
I think
good influence
she
that she
talked about
is.
it on a podcast once.
I I don't remember if that website was pissing or if it was just girls squirting. I think it was girls squirting, and I
Okay,
couldn't
that's not
comprehend what I
as
was looking
gross.
at. Yeah, I couldn't comprehend what I was looking at. I think I would have remembered girls getting pissed on or pissing on other people. I don't remember any yellow fluids, let's say that.
Oh man.
Yeah. But that was a
Water
formative
sports. Those
experience.
sound nice and fun. Let's
Uh,
take a look. Let's see some water polo.
yeah, it's like I love water parks, so this link is all me. This advertisement found its target demo.
Beach volleyball, let's go.
Did you grow up on Newgrounds, Riley?
uh, I grew up on like Flash games and shit, but I visited Newgrounds much less than I should have. Looking back,
Okay. I was wondering if Newgrounds was maybe a little before your time. You're probably catching the tail end of Newgrounds as you
yeah.
reaching the age that would be interesting to you. But yeah, I remember looking at all of the porn on Newgrounds. That was a trip for a kid, man.
I imagine back then, fucking like early 2000s animated Flash porn must have been an interesting
Yeah.
thing to see.
I mean, I feel like it's a minor miracle that I didn't grow up to be a furry because like I'm in that generation with Crystal and Star Fox. Like seeing that, how could I not have become a furry seeing that?
You see,
And
I became a furry light. Okay,
yeah.
you'd never catch me dead in a fursuit, but like fucking look at Lola Bunny, man. Come
Oh
on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No one can deny. No one can deny Lola Bunny. And here's the thing too. It's like not to decry, the furry art. So many artists in that community are so talented, and there's plenty of furry porn where it's like I can appreciate it on the merits as good porn and certainly enjoy it myself, but I'm not actively seeking out porn in the format of furries. Yeah. Um,
That's actually a perfect way to describe my relationship with furry porn. You've done
yeah.
it.
Bingo. Yeah, there's plenty of furry porn that's hot and wonderful and well drawn and well illustrated, but I'm certainly not going out of my way to find it. Um, I do remember vividly, and it's still there to this day. There's this porn game on Newgrounds. And of course, as a Star Wars kid, it was a Star Wars porn Newgrounds Flash
Oh
game
my fucking
where
god.
as you have like a lightsaber, you're controlling a lightsaber with your mouse, which first of all, awesome. I remember playing multiple other Star Wars Flash games where you control a lightsaber with your mouse, and you have to like deflect blaster bolts with the lightsaber, and as you do, it unclose this big titty furry Sith lady.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That was primo, bro. I would smuggle my laptop into my bedroom, and this is like a shitty laptop, so like this Flash game is running at 2 frames per second, and like
Oh,
like quickly trying to beat this game so that way I can see this undressed furry big titty Sith lady,
I
and I'm frantically doing this as I'm like listening in the hallway, like are there footsteps in the hallway? Like this bitch needs to hurry up.
I accidentally discovered a porn Flash game when I was a kid. I was and still am to this day a pretty big fan of the Naruto manga anime franchise.
Yeah,
Um,
you are.
and and I found I very innocently in my youth found a game that was a Naruto dating sim. And I was like, "Oh, this is fun. This is cute. I'll
Oh,
play this
okay.
game."
Yep. You just unlocked me another memory. Keep going. Yeah.
And I figure it's just like a normal fucking like shitty flash game dating sim. Like I'm just going on. You play as Sakura and you go on dates with fucking Naruto and Sasuke and fucking Rock Lee. I think was the other one. And I was like, I'm just playing this for fun, whatever. And at the end of the game, whatever guy you end up with fucks you, and it's a it's a fully animated like hentai sex cutscene.
Was there no hentai prior to the ending, so you're like caught off guard by this?
Yes, there's zero hentai prior to the ending. It's all just like cute,
Precious.
innocent little dating. Like there's like a romantic kiss scene where like flowers are blowing in the air. Then at the end of the game, there's just like hardcore penetration.
Awesome.
And even if you don't successfully romance any of the three guys they actually give you, Shikamaru just shows up and fucks you.
Damn,
So there's hentai no matter what.
that's amazing. There was a dating sim. I don't know if it was on Newgrounds, and I think it's a similar story where I didn't know I was going into porn, but I learned very quickly because there was like a mini game where you go to be a boxer and you have to box a big titty lady. And as you box her, there's a theme here in all these games I found. As you're
Yeah.
boxing this big titty lady, she goes through various states of having the clothes torn and disheveled so that way it reveals her boobies. and I quite took a liking to that game. I never beat it, but
Really
boy
enjoyed
did I
that
enjoy
that
that
piece
game.
of
Yeah.
video game media.
You see, Riley, you and I were victims. We were groomed by the internet.
I mean, you're not wrong. I feel like a lot
Yeah.
of my current degeneracy might not be real if it weren't for the internet. So, yeah, we were all groomed. It's the internet's fault.
It's the age-old question, though. It's like, was this degeneracy always within us, and the internet unlocked it, or did it bestow it upon us? Like,
The age-old question.
if you and I were Amish, like, would these thoughts just be? Would we have died with these thoughts never been unearthed?
Maybe, just maybe.
I don't know.
Now, Jetbat, I
Oh
want to
my
ask
God.
you. I've taken a look at
Yeah.
your topic list, and I have a burning
Okay.
question. Because this came up recently on a podcast. It's not even out yet. It's coming out Wednesday, and I think I've talked about it in other places recently. I've had it on my mind. I've been a huge proponent of the Google Glass, and but
Yeah.
being extremely annoyed that the Google Glass never came to pass. And I think that society would be. I literally said on that podcast that it's the real version of that meme where it's like a futuristic like super city with flying cars, and it's like the world if blank did or did not happen. I think that's the world if Google Glass happened. I'm a big proponent of Google Glass, and I see you apparently got the Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses.
That's right. And
Tell me
Riley,
about these.
I am semi inclined to agree that, like, yes, the future would be much brighter if everybody went along with the Google glasses. Because, like, we got the same future anyways. Like, the main reason Google Glass never caught on, people didn't like the feeling of cameras being pointed in their faces. But, like, we already live in that reality now. Now everybody's taking pictures all the time, and you're always incidentally in somebody else's picture. So, like, we got the same future anyways. But anyways, besides the point, yes, I did get the Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses, and they're probably my favorite toy that I got last year. So they have the camera on it, but really my favorite feature is that they are my new favorite headphones.
Oh my god. Hell
The
yeah.
sound So they have two speakers on it, one on each of the legs of the glasses, pointed towards your ears, and the sound quality is surprisingly good. And it's almost like having open-backed headphones, where I can hear my environment perfectly around me. There's no earbuds in my ears, so I have perfect situational awareness around me, but I can hear the audio. And I don't know how they did it, but even at like middle volume to even middle high volume, if you're in a semi-quiet room, people around you don't know you're listening to anything. Like, they can't really hear it.
Oh, that's so awesome.
That is pretty cool.
It's really fucking cool. And welcome back, Demi Bloom. Yeah,
Hi.
they're my new favorite headphones. I wear them all the time. And then I do really like the camera because maybe it's because I am a video games, but I just love like first person point of view footage. I love GoPro footage. I think it's so cool. I think it's so cinematic. It's like, oh wow, it's like a video game, but in real life. So I just enjoy taking POV video whenever I'm doing something interesting. So like the other day, I went on a boat tour with my girlfriend, and it landed on a beach, and we were climbing trees, and I have POV footage of me climbing the sick ass tree. That shit's cool as hell.
You know what
Yeah,
we really
that's
need to
awesome.
invent, though, on a similar topic?
What?
Yeah.
Speaking of my life being like a video game, or rather, how my life should be more like a video game, we need to invent, my friends, a VR headset or a glasses or a something that you can wear with a screen with like a big helmet and like a long thing that goes behind you and then a camera behind you so you can have third person view in real life.
Yo!
Cool. It would be so fucking cool.
Or have like a mini drone following you around at all
Yes, a
times
drone.
and have like little
Yeah.
glasses on. Just toggle third person in real life.
Oh, I would love that so fucking much. Or you could do so much with that because, like, let's say you're like in a martial arts class you have the camera go to the side view, and now you're watching you like a fighting game.
And it could be a tiny little baby camera, like the size of a bug, like a size of a fly. Imagine that.
You better
That
not
is
hurt those
like
cameras. You know they have
somehow
feelings.
that is somehow like tethered to your like headset or whatever you're wearing.
We're gonna have to wait for multiple more generations of the grenade dropping drones in Ukraine before we get that.
Yeah, it's true.
They have to get it to the highest proficiency of grenade dropping before they start focusing on these other recreational activities.
Yeah.
So the closest thing they have to that now, there are a couple different quote unquote selfie drones out there where it's like a DJI Mavic or whatever, like a little quadcopter drone. But what it does is it'll follow you around. It's programmed to recognize you and follow you and film you while you're, on your bicycle or doing stuff and taking pictures of you. Snapchat made one, and it was kind of neat looking. It was a small, compact, light drone, and it would follow you around and take pictures. I think they canceled it after a year. You can't get them anymore. But there are a couple companies now that are making some fairly well regarded drones that will follow you and seem to be smart and seem to have good camera quality. But the components that's missing is first person view from that drone. But they do have first person view drones that people race, and now they're using in Ukraine to kill people. So you just got to unite that
I
technology.
mean, if we have drones that can like, if the government has drones that we can just send to just kill like terrorists that we only know their like face, you know what I mean? Like all across the world, why can't I have a drone that just kind of follows me around and records me and then sends a live feed to my classes so I can have third person in real life?
So your life can be GTA.
Yeah, this is literally, I wouldn't be in a mental hospital right now if I had third person in real life.
You'd be completely happy. Life would
I'd
be
be
without
completely
flaw at
happy.
that point.
Life would be perfect if I had third person in real life.
God, that would be such a trip too, because I could see myself kind of going crazy with something like that where I could dissociate, where it's like, that's not me beating that homeless man on the street. That's the video game that I'm playing in fully immersed VR in third person. Like,
Yeah, this is like a Sword Art Online type situation. This isn't real.
yeah.
When is Sword Art Online gonna happen?
This is so bad. I want to be alive for when Sword Art Online happens.
What? Where it's like full Matrix level
GTA 6 is gonna
video
be
games.
Sword Art Online.
Maybe GTA 7 will be Sword Art Online when it comes out in 50 years.
We should do a bet on the GTA 7 release date.
Oh my god.
Let's see. I think they're doing GTA Online 2 with GTA 6. So, let's see. At about 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like a logarithmic scale where all these first GTAs come out very quickly together, and then 2 takes a bunch of time, and you could factor in Red Dead to your calculations. Like Red Dead 2 took a long time because all the money they were making. So I don't know. Take the time it took from 4 to 5, and do it like a logarithmic scale where it basically is turning exponential. So I don't know. I'm gonna say like 2042.
What was the time scale between 4 and 5? When did 4 come out?
Let me see. Oh,
4
do I
came out in
remember offhand?
2008, I think.
So it was 5 years.
I was gonna,
Because
I
GTA
was gonna
5 was
say 7.
2013.
D4. 2008. You were right, Demi Gloom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Demi knows her GTA lore. Don't question her.
Good.
Not really. I'm not like a huge GTA expert. I'm just really into it lately.
It's your current hyperfixation.
It's one of them. I'm really hyped for
Good.
GTA 6.
Well, I say good, but I feel like that's actually not good to be hyped for GTA 6 because it's still a ways off. Like whenever I got hyped for a game too early, that was not good for me.
Well, I'm hyped in a way that's manifesting in like a heightened interest in the previous entries. So I'm playing
Good if you
through
haven't
like
played them.
GTA
Yeah.
3, Vice City,
Good.
and San Andreas. So like I have a lot to play and keep me busy before GTA 6 comes out.
The only one I've ever beaten personally is 5, and I really do want to change that soon. I've been playing.
You didn't even really beat GTA 5. You
Fuck
skipped
you! I
missions.
skipped a couple missions, okay? Just the ones where you have to fly a plane in a precise manner. But uh, I'm trying to play San Andreas. It's been a minute. I keep blowing it off like I do with most video games that I want to play. But
Have you
just my
played any
brain
more
won't let
since
me
the last
play.
time? Have you played any more since the last time you and I talked about
A
it?
little bit. Like I think I played 1 or 2 missions.
Did you do the all you had to do is follow the damn train, CJ?
No, I went for some other missions instead.
Oh, did you try that mission? Did you fail it?
Yeah, well, I failed it the one time when we talked about it. And then when I went back to the game, I'm like, I have like 4 missions right now. Let's just put that one off.
Yeah, that mission was surprisingly easy for me and my brother. We played it like it took us a couple tries, but like it wasn't that actually that bad. I saw a couple YouTube videos where people did like crazy strategies where they like super quickly like got like up on like top of the mountain and like perfectly landed on top of the train and just killed the guys themselves.
Yeah, that's what I need to do because fucking Big Smoke is just shooting off like 37 bullets that aren't hitting anything.
Yeah.
I'm like driving right beside the train where the guys are, and I'm like keeping steady for like minutes
You
at a
gotta drive.
time.
You gotta be a little bit behind it.
That seems so stupid though. Like he has a perfect shot, and he's just like, and he's hitting them with like 1 bullet every 20 he fires.
Yeah.
I'm also double trying to not get hyped for GTA 6 because I'm gonna wait for it on PC, so that'll be at least
Yeah,
another year.
it's not coming out PC on
Uh,
release, which is interesting.
yeah, yeah. I don't think they ever really have. It's always like a year after. So
Did GTA 5
I have to
not
try not.
drop on PC right away?
It was a year later.
Okay.
So, and I'm no longer a console boy. I like play almost no console. All I have is a PS4. That's the latest I have. So I'm just
The PS4
gonna
is also
wait.
the latest I have, but not for, well, I guess the Switch is a little bit late, but then the same ballpark.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but that's not because I'm not a console boy anymore. I am. I just have not yet purchased a modern one. This might be the generation I switch to PC game, or more realistically, next generation, because it's almost upon us, and I'm not gonna have the money for a PS5 or a gaming PC before the PS6 and Xbox Super Turbo X come upon us.
Yeah, I started autistically DMing you about this on one of the shows where Kang's like, "Oh yeah, just build a PC. It's cheaper this way." It's like, no, you don't have to build it these days. Like pre-builts are pretty competitive, and you get a decent pre-built for what you would pay for a PS5, conceivably.
That's fair. Yeah,
I'm thinking
I'm gonna have to get
about getting a
something.
PS.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm thinking about getting a digital only PS5 just to play GTA.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple games that I want. I guess a digital only PS5 wouldn't be a terrible way to go. I think the main 2
It's only
games.
like $300.
There's literally only like
No
three
way,
games
really?
there's only like 3 games I'm gonna want to play, and it's GTA 6, which isn't out yet. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which isn't out yet. It is the reason that I need a modern console. I can't go without playing that game. That's the one that finally got me. And Spider-Man 2, which I was willing to resist, but since I need it for Sparking Zero, I will play Spider-Man 2.
Okay, I was wrong. It's way more expensive. It's like 400 something. But an Xbox
Yeah,
Series S is only $300.
Yeah, but I
not
couldn't
bad.
play Spider-Man on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but GTA 6, dude. It's a GTA 6 machine.
Well, I mean, yeah, GTA 6. For me, it would be a Dragon Ball Sparking Zero machine more than anything, and the Xbox Series S would still get
Ah,
that job done. But I want that
damn it,
Spider
Gloom.
Man.
I wish you hadn't mentioned how cheap that Xbox is because now you're making me semi consider getting an Xbox Series S as a GTA 6 machine before it comes to PC. Oh, I wish you didn't say that.
GTA 6 isn't coming to PC, right?
No, I think
It'll
it's coming a
probably
year
take a
later.
year. Yeah, it's not
Oh.
confirmed, and I don't think they ever confirm it that it is coming to PC. But there's no way. I think they make a lot of money on the PC audience. for them not to do it.
Yeah, so they can hack in fucking like role play. They can go have jobs or whatever the fuck they're
That's
doing.
true. Yeah, that's true. Roleplay's huge, and we'll have to see if they make an official GTA roleplay, because that's a lot of money on the table for
Oh, that's
greedy old
true.
Take Two. Yeah, they could make a lot of money if they were to actually do their own role play and cut out the modders.
Imagine if GTA 5 just becomes Roblox like Fortnite has,
A GTA
and
6,
people
you
can just
mean?
create their own games in it.
You mean GTA 6? You said 5.
Yeah, sorry, GTA 6.
Ah,
I mean,
that's
GTA
actually
5 is already basically kind of like that. Like, there's custom games.
kinda.
Yeah, the like multiplayer, like online missions, people can build their own.
Yeah,
You
but
see,
like we're talking like I'm talking like straight up like full on like from the ground up create your own like fucking game within the engine like they do on Fortnite.
yeah, Fortnite's basically a game engine itself. That's a good point. Like they could conceivably do that to GTA, but the reason I wouldn't be as excited about that as I ought to be is I feel like Take Two and Rockstar have just become so shitty lately that I'm impressed with how Fortnite has done it. Like Fortnite's very free and open, and like Fortnite's like unironically a good game.
Yeah.
I feel like they just find a way to shit it up with microtransactions and just make it a lousy, restrictive, slow experience.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Can't
Yeah,
have
I
nice
feel like
things.
the microtransaction game is gonna be pretty on point in GTA Online, the second generation.
Uh,
I mean,
so
like in
frustrating.
GTA in regular GTA Online, there's so much shit that you just like basically can't do unless you do nothing in life other than play GTA or buy
Oh
shark
yeah,
cards.
dude, the leveling in that game is so fucking slow. It-
Yeah.
I see people like with triple digits levels, and I'm like, what are you doing with your fucking life, bro? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, I remember playing GTA Online in high school on my PS3, and that was a lot of fun. And while it was restrictive, they hadn't patched out all of like the easy money grind missions at the time. So me and my friends would do the easy money grind missions. That way we could get good cars and stuff. That was a lot of fun. But like once they realized that shark cars were their bread and butter, they started clamping down on that shit so hard.
Yeah, there wasn't
There used to
the
be so many hackers and glitches in GTA Online
Oh
too.
yeah, when I
Yeah.
was playing on PS3, I lucked into a money drop pretty quickly. It
Yeah.
was pretty awesome.
Just like infinite money just being like poured in somebody's apartment or something.
And somebody in voice chat was like pissed that I was there. Like they went into like a public GTA Online session so that like them and their friends could get a bunch of money from a money drop, and I just like came upon it, and they were like mad about that.
Yeah, because
Nice.
they don't want normies finding it because then they could if they take pictures of it, it'll get sent to Rockstar.
Yeah, that's fair.
And everybody always wants to take pictures on the in-game cam with the in-game camera.
Nah, I just wanted that green dog. I wanted that paper.
Yeah.
It's a game about committing crimes. You can't be a snitch.
It just gets stitches. That's what they say.
Talk shit, get shot.
Real.
And I'm so excited too because Riley, you and I are both Florida boys. It's gonna be so good to be in Florida, man.
Oh yeah, because the game is in Florida.
Uh, it's gonna be so good.
I'm gonna be so weirded out. Like if it feels at all like real Florida.
Uh,
Like I just
so
feel like this is real. I've been here.
the trailer came out a couple days before I had to go to Miami, and as I'm driving around Miami, I'm like, "Fuck, bro, they nailed it. They nailed it, man." It's bizarre because I'm watching scenes from the trailer and I'm getting that deja vu feeling. I'm like, fuck, man, they did it. They fucking did it, dude.
Insane. Have you heard the rumors that the map's gonna be like the whole fucking state of Florida?
I
Part of the
have.
game is
I don't
supposed to
know
take place in fucking Cuba.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
what part of the game.
Yeah. Obviously, there's going to be Cuban shit going
Ah,
on because it's South Florida.
yeah.
Is it gonna be? It's gonna be like North Yankton and GTA
I was
5,
just about to
where you're
say
there
it'll
at the
be like a North
beginning.
Yeah,
Yankee
Yeah,
section.
it
Cool.
could
That's
be.
awesome. I hope so. That'd be sick.
I always found it weird that they never did anything with North Yankton.
They were
Like,
supposed
There was
to.
supposed to be DLC if you heard
Yeah.
from the recent leaks.
I'm so mad. I think I did an issue about
I
this way back
know.
on Largest Issue. I wanted the story DLC for GTA 5 so bad, and I'm really mad that it got fucking canceled because of shitty ass GTA Online.
Dark cards, dude. Fucking UFOs and Tron bikes and flying motorcycles.
It's
I
like we
wanted to
joke
I wanted
about
to
it.
fight Don Percival after he sent me that fucking snarky ass email. And I know that was setting up DLC that never came.
We joke about it now, but it is unironically upsetting what happened to GTA 5 because of GTA Online. It's like legitimately upsetting.
Yeah, I think GTA 5 is one of the best stories ever told in gaming, and I really wanted more of it, and I almost had it.
Nah, 4 was better. Fuck off.
I mean, I've never beaten 4, but what I've played of 4 was really good.
Yeah, the story.
Four is way more serious and five is way more like comical. Like five
It's
is way more exaggerated. Like four, like pretty much everything in GTA 4 could have happened in real life.
Yeah, GTA 4 is really cool. I need to play it. I have to rebuy it, and that pisses me off. But I'll bite the
Yeah,
bullet. It is available digitally. I checked.
yeah.
I have a PS3, but the Jetbat. If you didn't know this, I have a PS3. But the disk drive broke somehow.
oh,
And I now I have like a
devastating.
full. I just have this full shelf of PS3 games that I play regularly that I just can't play anymore because the disk drive just was like no more. So now
I had
any game I want to play on my PS3, I have to rebuy digitally, and some of them aren't available digitally, and I'm just fucked.
ah, that is so fucked. I'm sure you can get a refurbished Slim for pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Or maybe get yours fixed. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I should just like pop it open. Like I've been fucking replacing
Go on
parts and
YouTube.
shit on PCs
Yeah.
for my job for 2 years. I could crack this thing open and figure it out. I've heard it could be as simple as just like a ribbon cable that comes loose. So if I just like opened it up and had some tweezers, I might be able to replace it if that's what's wrong.
I had an OG fat PS3, the one that could play PS1 and PS2 games. And it had like all the fucking memory card slots for formats that nobody used. That thing was amazing, but I got the Yellow Light of Death. Um, so my dad and I went to YouTube how to fix Yellow Light of Death, and there's this guy that showed you how to fix it. And what you had to do is you had to open up the PS3 a bunch, like you had to take a fuck ton of shit apart, and then you take a heat gun to it and you run a heat gun over whatever the fuck, like the motherboard or something, for a couple
What?
minutes because like the solder joints were like shitty on the board or something, so over time they came undone. So by taking a heat gun to the board it would resolder the joints, and we were able to fix that PS3 3 times with this method each time the yellow light of death came. So we ripped that PS3 apart 3 times using the same guy's YouTube video, like, I don't know, maybe a year apart each time it happened, until the last time we could not do it.
Rest in peace.
I
Rest in
I
peace.
miss
Damn.
I miss that fucking PS3, man.
Did anybody else ever
So
have an Xbox 360 that red ringed and looked up how to fix it, and everybody was like, "Put it in your freezer, bro," because that's
Yeah,
what.
or put it in your oven.
I was just gonna say, Riley, I think I know how to fix your disk drive.
How?
So you got to preheat the oven to 450. Just pop it in there.
Just pop it in.
Yeah, and that's it. Leave it in there.
Like, I get intellectually why it could work, but
Yeah, bro. Just
I
put your
think we did.
Xbox in the freezer. That'll fix it.
for the final time that my dad and I tried to fix that PS3. I think as the last ditch effort, I think we did try the oven to no avail. I think we did actually try that at one point.
Just cooking up a nice piping hot PlayStation 3.
Did you guys see that Willem Dafoe just got his fucking star in the last week?
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome.
cool.
What the
Awesome,
hell is
good.
up with that?
What, that he didn't
That
have
is
it
weird that it
sooner?
took this long. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like, why did it
guess.
take this long?
That is weird.
Because he wasn't willing to friend.
Interesting. Yeah, fuck off. Oh, he's gonna be in
How many
Beetlejuice 2,
stars? How many
apparently.
Hollywood stars exist?
Let's see.
Doesn't fucking Shrek have a star?
How many Hollywood stars are there? Oh, Jesus. Okay, take your guesses.
Okay,
Take your
there's a
guesses.
lot.
Yeah,
There's a
the way you
lot.
said,
Take
"Oh
your
Jesus,"
guesses.
there's definitely a lot. I'm
Yeah.
gonna guess. I feel like it can't be that crazy, man. I'm gonna guess 100. This is
There's
Price
way
Price
more.
is Right rules, by the way. What is your
Okay.
guess, Demi?
Demi-Glue.
Well, I just looked at the list so I can ballpark. I'm gonna say 1,500, but I have an advantage.
Yes, Demi-Gloom is in fact the closest. The Hollywood Walk of Fame is a historic landmark which consists of more than 2,765
Oh my
five-pointed
god.
terrazzo and brass stars.
Holy shit.
I would have never guessed that. That's crazy that there's that many.
Okay, Shrek does have a Hollywood star. There's a bunch
Let's
of
go.
fictional characters.
Deservedly so.
Alvin and the Chipmunks have one. Big Bird has one. Bugs Bunny, Donald Duck, Kermit the Frog, Godzilla, Pee Wee Herman, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, the Munchkins, the Muppets, Winnie the Pooh, Rugrats, Shrek, The Simpsons, Snoopy, Snow White, Tinkerbell, and Woody Woodpecker. Where the fuck is SpongeBob?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yo, the SpongeBob star?
Where's the One
SpongeBob
Piece
Hollywood
star?
star.
Luffy.
Wait, the One Piece is the One Piece Hollywood star.
Wait, there is a One Piece Hollywood star?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that's what the One Piece is.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't be surprised if an anime protagonist got a Hollywood star, and Luffy would be pretty high on that list. Not
Yep.
not
No
as high as
SpongeBob.
Goku, obviously, but you know.
Pretty sure the Hollywood star is supposed to be American shit.
That's true. And
I would-
Dragon Ball Z is a Mexican thing, so
Yeah.
just about to
Jesus
say.
Christ.
I'm so enthralled and entertained with the fact that like Latin American culture is infatuated with Dragon Ball. It just warms my heart.
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Or
And
how
also like,
Japan is obsessed with Ted, apparently, according to Squeebo in Google.
oh really? Like
That doesn't shock
the
me.
Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah, no, apparently, like, ever since, like, the movie came out, like, Ted is, like, a huge... Ted is, like, insanely popular in Japan.
Yeah,
There's
he's
always
a
such
cute, cuddly,
random
funny
American
character.
things. It's like such random American things that like the Japanese glom onto. I'm trying to think of other examples, but like you can never guess what American properties the Japanese will become obsessed with.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about fucking Japanese icon Ted. I hear the new TV show is pretty good. That's what they tell me on Twitter. I don't have fucking Peacock, so I can't watch it, but I hear it's pretty good.
Like the Japanese love baseball. We gave them baseball. And it's funny too, like you go back and you watch 80s movies. I think this was like a plot point in Die Hard where like everybody's worried like, oh, the Japanese are going to take over everything. Like they make better cars than us. Like, oh, Japan's going to take over. Like that, but that's a plot point that never came to fruition in our
No,
timeline.
we just buy their shit and sell it here. I think time after time, and this ties back into Google Glass. Like we start to realize that like superior technology isn't. It just isn't what wins usually.
Oh yeah, it's like the classic debate. What wasn't Betamax better than VHS? But VHS
Yeah,
got porn first.
yeah, exactly.
That's how VHS won the wars. It got porn
I think it
first.
was. That's either something that's true or that's like a commonly repeated misnomer.
Well, it is frequently said that like the like pornography is makes up a big fraction of like a medium's, or I guess a media formats market. PlayStation Portable, more like PlayStation Pornable. Does
Oh
your
yeah.
child have one of these devices in his bedroom? Do you guys remember that controversy?
No,
Some
but I
kid,
can relate to this.
some kid like looked up porn on his PSP internet browser, and like so many like news stations were outraged, and they nicknamed it the PlayStation Pornable.
But yet I've never heard of a PlayStation Portable dying a valiant death at the hands of Demigloom, but a 3DS on the other hand.
Yeah. There was also PictoChat controversies. People like adults are going to use PictoChat to kidnap children.
Come to the tunnel.
I would have
Yeah.
absolutely been kidnapped on fucking
Who was on
Chat.
Picto? Imagine opening like PictoChat at a mall and it's like come to the restroom or whatever.
When
I can't be come to the tunnel. What tunnel?
Wait, Demigloom, you've been locked up. Have you heard about the Jewish tunnels?
Yeah, I have.
What's your take on the Jewish tunnel?
So all I know is that there have been reports of like Orthodox Jews like climbing in and out of sewers.
This is
Like
the
what?
funniest thing to ever happen. I can't stop talking about it, and I don't even have any concrete opinions on like what could possibly be happening in those tunnels. Just the fact that we started out our year with the biggest news story being there's Jewish tunnels. There are Jewish
They're
men
real.
climbing out of tunnels. There's secret tunnels.
Yeah, I have no idea what to think.
Yeah, there's all
only-
sorts of explanations that crop up. Like I think the official
Yeah.
explanation was they were trying to like expand their fucking like place of worship somehow through these tunnels.
That's the one I heard. Yeah.
Obviously all the crazy people think that it's a secret like pedophile child trafficking thing. Because of the soiled mattress.
Like we were talking about my oppositional defiance disorder, like with everybody complaining about pedophiles and child trafficking, I go the opposite way and think like, oh, there must be none of that. So like that's the problem with these like
So you don't want to think about the
right-wing
reality
people.
that the Jewish tunnels might have been used for that, because then you have to acknowledge that it's
Yeah.
real.
Or like now you see now when I'm at the airport and I see all those signs that are like, oh, keep an eye out for human trafficking, it's a bad thing. Now I'm like, fuck off, right-wing grifter. Human trafficking doesn't exist.
There's an insane amount of human trafficking in my city alone.
It's like, yeah, it's like actually real and shit. But meanwhile, I'm over here like, nah, this is just a grift.
Nah,
it's a
fake.
scam.
It's fake. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's fake.
That's silly.
It's so fucking funny that Andrew Tate was on Dick's show before he got famous and is just admitting to human trafficking. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah. It's just Wow, I wonder if he did it.
I remember I was actually listening to that show live as it aired. I'm like, oh wow, this Andrew Tate guy's pretty cool. He's pretty funny.
Seems like he's
I
up to some shenanigans, though.
Andrew Tate literally describes like human trafficking and like also like horrifically abusive and manipulative relationship tactics in that interview.
It's wild, man. Absolutely wild.
It's like, yeah, so we exploited the shit out of these girls. We manipulated them into falling in love with us and made them compete for my attention.
I need to listen to that episode again. It'll be so funny to listen to it in hindsight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you figure out what episode number it is, let me know because I'm not sure.
The
Oh,
interview's
yeah,
on
yeah.
YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah, some Andrew Tate fan channel uploaded it.
Yeah, you're right. And uploaded by Andrew Tate Girl 7 months ago.
Wow.
Top comment, you are a legend for saving this. I'll post it in the stream chat.
You're a
Bizarre.
legend for saving this. Why? It's just like a publicly available podcast.
Well, probably because the video version's gone. Well, you know what?
Shit, was the video version lost
YouTube's gone.
in the great YouTube purge? Wow.
Now that I think about it, I don't know where the Dick Show is archived, if anywhere.
Well, thankfully a good chunk of like the main episode videos were also uploaded to Vimeo. But
Yeah,
there
I
were
think you're right.
There were a few that were YouTube exclusive that did get lost.
Heartbreaking.
I know I was pissed because I was looking for the video version of the episode after the Biggest Problem live show where they make fun of Vito's merch, the t-shirts where Ned Salad just
Yeah.
wrote Vito's merch on them. And the video version was not available because it was YouTube exclusive, and I was sad.
Oh, I was at the Philly live show, but I missed seeing that because for the Philly live show, my girlfriend's uncle's in Philly, so we spent most of that trip was like family trip. So we got out there late. So by the time I got there, I did not get to see Vito's merch, unfortunately.
Vito's merch.
I can't wait to grow up and become a Vimeo star.
Apparently, Vimeo costs you like $200 a year to like put videos on there.
Who the fuck is... Okay, then why are there so many uploads of like the Gummy Bear song in different colors, in different pitches?
I think it's like a lot of the old podcast platforms that charged you, where it's like it's based on like hours of content you upload. You have to pay for different plans.
Oh.
And for the amount of shit that like Dick is posting, and like this is why monkeyjones.tv died, because the videos were hosted through Vimeo, and Monkey was having to pay $200 a year to maintain his Vimeo, and he just decided it wasn't worth it anymore.
Yeah. monkeyjones.tv should he should bring that back. Without Vimeo, obviously.
Why though? How would he do
So
it?
we can have a definitive, place to watch Monkey's anime reviews, of course.
Well, now that's just archive.org now. It's the definitive place to do that.
The Simi and Jimmy channel is still up? Isn't the story on Simi and Jimmy that like they're using the YouTube loophole of Monkey doesn't own the channel, but he guests on the channel?
He's given up on that. I guess they just don't care about his new channel. When around the time he got terminated, he made a channel called Jungle Jimmy, where that was the gimmick, and that channel got terminated almost immediately.
Ugh.
Oh, I thought Jungle Jimmy was Simi and Jimmy.
No, Jungle Jimmy got terminated. Simi and Jimmy was Monkey's like weird secret channel where he used to make videos about how depressed he was. Like its original name was Monkey's Countdown to Suicide.
I know
God.
I know about that channel. That's what Simi and Jimmy
That's
is.
what Simi and Jimmy is. Yes.
Huh.
Oh, this is cool. He is. It looks like a bunch of the videos he did with Eggy. I love Eggy. Eggy's great.
Oh yeah, he does a ton of shit with Eggy. They're like best friends.
Great person, Eggy.
Eggy was at the Dick Show meetup in Kentucky. He came out.
Yeah,
He got
where
crazy.
Mo was there, right?
Yeah, and then Eggy fucking got crazy high off of edibles, and he was like face down in the grass, and we were all concerned. It's like, oh shit, is Eggy dying? Did we kill Eggy?
Is Eggy dead?
Did we kill Eggy?
Yeah, that was scary, but he was good.
When was that? That was years ago, right?
Yeah, that was like 2021 or 2020.
Yeah.
It was right during Ruth Bader Gonsberg.
Yeah, I know that was before Virgin Fest.
Oh, Virgin Fest sounded like so much fun.
Does he know about Negative XP and my drama with Negative XP?
Do you know about that, Jetbat?
No, I don't know about the drama, but I know Negative XP has very spicy opinions.
Demigloom, you
Negative
want to tell the
XP,
Negative XP story?
Negative XP started a harassment campaign against me.
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of started the harassment campaign against me. I called into one of his Twitter spaces, and let's just say I challenged him on some of his positions on like trans people and homosexuality. And he was like, "Can I say the F slur on here?"
Can I say the F slur?
Can I say it, Riley?
Oh wait. Oh,
You're
I thought you were
quoting
saying that's
somebody,
what
right?
Negative XP said on his Twitter
No,
space.
can I say it?
Fine, go for it.
We're
He was
deep in the
like-
stream. We're good.
This goes on like Spotify and shit after, but I still don't care.
He was like, the problem with homosexuality is if you're a fag and you get fucked in the ass, you shit your pants. And basically, to make a long story short, Negative XP fans started like coming at me, like sexually harassing me. Well, he didn't retweet anyone sexually harassing me, but in the midst of a bit of sexual harassment and a lot of people telling me like kill yourself, 41%, like disgusting troon, like tranny, like all of that stuff. He was retweeting a bunch of that stuff, and like my entire communities, like my Discord servers and stuff, were getting flooded by like literal like Nazi accounts, like Hitler femboy 1488 or whatever. Like a bunch of those people
And SpongeBob
were just like
is real
spamming
pants.
shit. SpongeBob Israel pants, yeah.
Okay, that one's kind of funny.
That one is really good.
Yeah, just like a lot of those people were like harassing me really bad, and like it wasn't like it's not even to the point where it was like my feelings are hurt because people are saying mean things about me. It was just like I couldn't do anything on the internet without it just getting ruined because there were like because there
it's,
were
like,
just
really
like dozens of
inconvenient.
comments.
Yeah.
I was
There were,
surprised
like,
none of it
like-
made it to largest issue. I don't think we got a single like Negative XP comment. I was surprised with it being a Debbie
Yeah.
Bloom production.
We got some comments. Some people talked about largest issue. Like I remember at one point, like somebody tweeted something about how Demi Gloom copied Dick Masterson because largest issue existed.
No,
I don't know
I
if you remember
copied
that.
Dick Masterson, and then 49 episodes later, I got Demi Gloom in on it.
Yeah,
That's so hilarious. The Demi
like somebody
got the
tweeted
credit
like
for your
Demi Gloom
plagiarism,
copied Dick
Riely.
Masterson. Some people were like, "Look at this gay podcast that Demi Gloom does." Oh, and then obviously the Negative XP found out about the Death Stream, and he was like, "Dude, the Death Stream is such an obvious ripoff of the Kill Stream. It's not even a
Wow,
real
that's the
podcast."
joke, buddy. Good job, you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm entirely unsurprised by these high IQ takes from these individuals and
We
and
just
their behavior.
wanted Negative XP to debate Demi Gloom on the Death Stream, and we really tried to make it happen. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah, Negative XP talked about me on one stream. If JetBat wants to see it, I can send the link.
Yeah, please do. If
It's
we're
funny.
gonna
He
have-
tries to explain in the beginning. He tries to
Yeah.
explain what objectivism means, and he does like the worst job ever. And it's so funny.
I'm not surprised. I don't associate Negative XP, the individual, the content creator, nor what I imagine his audience is like, as very highbrow or hard
Yeah.
thinkers.
Not quite. No.
He said what he said
Yeah.
at the beginning. He was like, "No, because like I believe in objectivism, and objectivism means like it exists, therefore it's good. So like life is good because it exists, and so basically that's why homosexuality is bad because if life is good, then it's objective." Like that's what he said at the beginning. It was like completely incomprehensible.
Yeah. And I'm sure you expressed that thought more cogently than Negative XP did.
Yeah, probably.
Just things that make you go, hmm.
That was such a crazy time in our lives.
That's
When
funny
was
though.
that?
Very funny.
Like 2 years ago now.
Christ. Well, at least you now you have some positive stories of heroes that you looked up to mentioning you publicly.
Heroes.
Heroes such as Negative XP.
Yeah,
See?
I mean it's really crazy that the negative XP drama used to be like what I was most known for, and now that's like that's like nothing compared to the Ben Shapiro
Blown
thing.
out of the water.
Yeah.
See,
Oh, like
this
I'm
is why
pretty
I
sure
need to
like
get on my
something like
right-wing grip.
5. I'm pretty sure like 6 or 7, definitely over 5 million people have seen the Ben Shapiro debate. If we count like TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and that's a lot. It's a lot of pressure to go
It's
that
so
viral.
annoying. It's so
And
annoying how Ben
only
Shapiro did you so
85% of them hate you,
dirty.
probably.
How many views does the Vosh video where Vosh covered me have? I think it got pretty good views, even like for a Vosh video.
I can't believe you got covered
It's
by
something.
Bosch and Keffels. You got them both.
Yeah,
I see here.
224,000.
Yep, there it is.
No, okay. I don't think I've said this publicly, and no offense to Vosh at all, but the thumbnail for the video where he covers my debate is really bad.
Oh yeah, he did not get a good angle of you there. He could have picked
No.
any other frame, but he chose that one.
Important question about Keffels. Does she have fat tits, or is that picture I keep seeing fake?
I'm not gonna talk about Keffels' tits.
God.
What's wrong with you?
Come on,
I'm asking
come on.
Jetbat.
Come on, Demi. What are you asking me for?
You've
Google it.
seen Keffels before. You know what the can situation
I
is.
have, and I think Keffels is beautiful, and I would love to share a nice dinner with her. And I would never say anything bad about Keffels ever.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. When I Google Keffels, yeah, second picture, yeah, that ain't bad. A couple knockers
Y'all are
there.
weird.
I just kept it. She had it in like her thumbnail forever. This fucking picture of her with like pretty massive looking honkers, and I'm like, is that actually her? Is this photoshopped?
I posted it in the chat.
Yeah, you know, trans women can have tits, believe it or not.
I
It's
know they
known to
can,
happen.
but I didn't know. I felt like that was information I would have known.
If your mom has like really big tits, then you'll have really big tits as a trans woman.
Oh yeah, those are pretty sizable.
You're looking at her mom's
they
tits or
are.
hers?
Hers. Are
Hold
there
on.
pictures of Keffel's mom?
Keffels'
I don't think so.
mom.
Stop being fucking weird about my friend, my best friend
Your
Keffels.
best friend Keffels.
There is a picture here of Keffels and her mom, and I guess she had a surgery, and her mom is there with her in the hospital.
Her mom comforted her after, or I guess before, or whatever, during her bottom surgery.
I don't have a good angle on Keffels' mom's cans, unfortunately.
Damn it.
So, yeah, sorry to report.
Yeah, Keffels is looking pretty good. She doesn't rival Blair White though.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Blair White's so hot.
No, Blair White has circled around to annoying me, where like she's in the right wing griftosphere. She's doing
she's annoying, but she's hot.
She's doing the thing like I'm hot and holding a gun. Oogle at me. Like I fucking hate the women holding guns pictures.
Yeah, Blair White's doing that a lot. She's friends with fucking Rucka Ali, which I find pretty funny.
Yeah,
It's like a weird
she was on
duo.
Best Debate in the Universe.
I know that, but like she doesn't strike. She's like a big fan of him. Like I watched a Blair White video not super long ago, and she just had Rucka Rucka Ali playing as like transition music, and that was just like a really weird. I don't know. It's a weird duo.
An interesting pairing.
Vosh debated Blair White like early in his YouTube career, and they had like a friendly conversation, kind of. It was weird.
A civil debate? How could this be?
Like Blair White used to like she's always had like repugnant opinions about trans stuff, in my opinion, as the average trans leftist. But like she used to be like, I don't know, like kind of friendly and not like super antagonistic. At least that's the impression that I got from what I've seen.
All right, you two. I'm gonna call it a night, Riely. Thank you so much for having me on your wonderful show.
Of course,
Demi
of
Gloom,
course.
honor and a privilege to be on air with you for the first time. I'm looking forward to injecting myself into all of your communities and siphoning your clout. It's gonna be a grand old time.
Jetbat's trans leftist arc is coming up, and he's gonna get
It's
all that.
happening.
Jetbat
all
is
that
going to
play.
transition to leech off of me.
Exactly. I'm gonna start doing my bathtub HRT. I'm coming after you, Demi Gloom.
All right. It was good to meet you, Jetbat. You seem really fun.
Likewise. I've thoroughly enjoyed listening to the Riely Cinematic Universe, and whenever Demi Gloom is on one of those shows, I'm always enjoying them. So I'm looking forward
Oh
to
hell
more.
yeah! Are you listening to like the Issue Crew?
Yeah, Issue Crew and MoCast are the main ones. I know Riely has like 27 other podcasts, so I'm working my way up through them.
Yeah,
Listen to
you don't
Detour
have to
Ahead.
listen
It's
to his
very
other
good.
shows.
Detour Ahead is the best one I do.
Excellent. All right, y'all. Thank you for having me, and till next time, y'all have a great night.
Have a good night.
Adios, friendos.
Okay, now that Jetbat's hung up, you can tell me how much you hate him.
No, he was cool. Why do you think I hate him?
No, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding.
What? Because he said he was a conservative?
Yes.
Oh.
Because Kang gave one conservative opinion, and your entire perception of him as a person warped entirely beyond repair.
It wasn't just a conservative opinion. It was defending the "Don't Say Gay" bill, like the first step towards a cultural genocide against my people in the state of Florida.
His heart and his mind has changed. Okay.
He says "gay" all the time.
He said gay all the
gay
time.
once. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say "gay."
I'm gonna say it. Ron's coming after me, but I don't care. I'm gonna fucking say it.
Do you just walk up to Ron and you say "gay"? He's like, "What?" It's like,
my good friend Ron.
Ronald DeSantis.
I don't know why I didn't like referring to Ron DeSantis just as Ron. Like, that's an enjoyable thing to me. Like, what's Ron up to?
There's a lot of Rons. There's Ron Weasley, Ron Jeremy. There's not a lot of Rons.
There's a couple Ron.
Yeah, there's a couple Rons.
There's Ron from GTA 5.
Oh yeah. Ron is a good name.
It is a pretty good name. I
could see like naming my son Ron.
I used to know some Rons. Back when I used to go to that campground, there was little Ronnie and there was Big Ronnie. Big Ronnie was little Ronnie's grandfather.
Interesting.
Little Ronnie fucking had an action replay for his Pokemon game.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Fuck.
The jig is up.
No, that was a HIPAA violation.
I didn't hear anything specific. I just heard medication.
You didn't hear another patient's name come through?
Not that I heard. Maybe I missed it.
Oh, okay. when people like come into my room and say stuff, like, is it just kind of muffled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're gonna make me. I'm gonna have to listen back. God damn it.
I mean, it was. I mean, I don't really care.
Did she drop like his full name?
She dropped a first name, which is
Okay.
illegal, I
Anybody
think.
could have that first name.
Yeah, no, but like you could narrow it down to my location and like you could do detective work. It's a kind of big deal.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I should have just muted.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, probably. I should probably mute when like I don't even know if I'm supposed to like come on like podcasts and shit when I'm in here. I'm probably not.
Why do you keep doing it then?
Well, like they're not gonna monitor my phone activity. But like I'm not supposed to take pictures of it here, and I don't do that. I'm allowed to call people and FaceTime people though. So I'm not allowed to record myself. But I call somebody and can that person record the call? That's the question.
That is the question.
I can send a voicemail to somebody, and that's a recording of my voice. Well, what if I maybe send a 4 hour long voicemail?
Yeah, could happen. But is there
Yeah.
any burning topics you want to discuss before I cut the stream off?
Um, I'm really trying to think if there's anything new to talk about. Not really. Oh, there was a really funny video that dropped.
What was the video?
Um, Vlog Creations dropped a video called what the fuck is it called? Let me pull it up. I swear I screenshotted the title. Okay, whatever. It was called. He goes to a marriage counselor with his quote unquote wife, right?
Yeah.
And then the next day, he goes to the same marriage counselor with a different woman.
Interesting.
The very next day. So the joke is that, and through their conversations, they heavily imply that like he's definitely cheating on them with each other, and they don't know about each other.
Oh,
So
that is
like,
really fun.
so like, and it's not his appointment for the second one. For the next one, it's like some random other lady's appointment, and they're like, "Oh, where's your husband?" And she's like, "Oh, he's coming in." And then it's the same guy from yesterday who was with a different woman. And then throughout the session, the woman is like, "Yeah, he just doesn't spend a lot of time with me, and I don't really know where he goes." It's so funny. And eventually, she steps out. She's like, "I have to go to the bathroom." And then the therapist confronts him. And they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Are you the guy from yesterday?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, they don't know about each other." He's like, "I just want to make it work with both of them." It's so fun. And he does this with like 3 different therapists.
That's amazing.
Why would you go to the same marriage counselor with your 2 different wives who don't know about each other?
Holy shit.
That's so fucking funny. Everybody go watch Vlog Creations. It's like the best YouTube channel ever.
I just might have to.
It's like genuinely banger content. They did one where they stopped at a green light and they had a huge sticker on the back of their car that said honk if you worship Satan. And when somebody honked at him, they popped the trunk and they had a guy dressed like Jesus in the trunk, just like shaking his head no at the people
Oh my
who
god.
honked. Dude, you gotta watch that channel. It's so good.
Vlog creations, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll probably recognize the guy. He's pretty big. Other than that, I do gotta go take my meds. I can probably talk to you, Riely, if you don't have to go to bed.
Maybe. We'll see how I feel in a
Okay.
second. Let me end the stream and then figure out what I'm doing.
All right.
But
I'll mute.
gamers, thank you all for watching. I guess I'm gonna have to go listen for certain things and cut them out of the VOD and cut them out of the mega feed cut, possibly. So that's gonna be a good time. You could expect this one on the mega feed in like fucking a week, probably. But you know, we live with it. Thank you for watching. This has been a good one. This might be the longest Riley Radio Live yet. It's been pretty high energy. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it.